Give me the herbs, worm. This is Secret Agent Agency, and I am your Haruspecs, Kevin, and joining me is the wonderful Bachelor, Jihoon.
Everything but my left arm will be joining.
Oh right, because you got boosted. Hi, sleep
Yes.
deprived. How you doing? Long time no chat. uh, we were just over in Only True Potatoes stream. Um, so yeah, we just taking a moment to chat first. We are playing weird Russian role playing game, survival horror, walking simulator situation. Oh. So you're not that sleep deprived after all. I see. I'm on to you. Okay, so uh, yeah, so we are playing a game that's like very eccentric. It was made originally around like 2005. It's called Pathologic. We're playing the the classic HD remaster. Um, it is originally a Russian indie game developed by a studio, just like a couple people, called Ice Pick Lodge. In Russian, it's called More Utopia. Um, it's a pun because more is like a word that means plague in Russian, and also there's a popular like poem or book called Utopia, and it's written by somebody with the last name Moore, so it's a pun reference or some kind. But we are going to get started. Let me switch over to this screen. And we are getting the game up and running.
Oh, Andrew's job. I forget if in his current position it's like required to be, overtime or something. I wonder.
Oh yeah, maybe he's on call. So I have it up in Discord.
Traces of the supernatural reveal themselves more often than intelligent and reasonable men would prefer them to.
Oh god, all this text
Humans
reading is already
worshipping
making me
our
fall asleep.
ancestors
Yeah.
centuries ago crawl back into the light from ancient times. The directors of our fate rain ash down on us from the grey heavens. They conceal themselves beneath us, above us, and among us, staying hidden until we muster up the resolve to meet their malevolent
Among us.
gaze.
Sus.
Having been discovered, they appear in the flesh for a mere moment, and then they expire horribly, wreaking havoc on the world that they rightfully see as their toy.
All right. So we are playing. Well, okay. So there's a little bit here that's voiced and there's no subtitles. So I'm gonna go for a little bit.
No. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means engines are already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform sectio transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief.
Brr, 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 brr.
When you keep lying to yourself. The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
So I have no idea about any of the voice actors. But yeah, so this is a pretty unique way to begin your game. So there's 3 selectable characters, and we're going to be picking the Bachelor, Daniel Dankovsky. He was the one in the long black coat. We'll see that screen soon enough. But so far, I just really enjoyed the way this game begins. It's like the 3 characters are kind of almost like doing like a dress rehearsal. Like it sounds like they're just reading off their lines. Oh, okay. So that is Artemi Barak, the Haruspeks. But yeah, if we go to the store, we'll go to character select, and I'm gonna read these off really fast because these characters are all like, even though we're only picking one character to play as, these characters are all going to be in our game doing their own thing. So this is important knowledge. So the Bachelor, our guy, the history of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophes that have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt the pettiness of human achievement and the triumph of the invincible evil. Outbreaks of infectious diseases have from time to time wiped towns and cities off the map, are undoubtedly among those. However, smart and virtuous, the people caught up in these destructive events have repeatedly come to the conclusion that it's no use trying to fight these circumstances. The best you can do is bite the bullet and cope with your losses. This is the story of a person who managed to work a miracle and defeat a seemingly unvanquishable foe. The Haruspeks. How do they call upon the Menku, the faithful of a warding kin? Known by their hands, for they are butchers. Known by their eyes, for they are surgeons. They who follow the lines. They who are the leaders of the kin. They who speak to Erdurgs. They who know the secret art of haruspicy. What is a Haruspeks? Reading the future in the entrails. He knows that a body bears semblance to the universe. His scalpel follows the lines of the body. His steps follow the lines of his kin's fortune. A Haruspex can tell the true line from a false one, is entrusted with power. A Haruspex who is confused by his path gets buried into the deep black flesh of the earth. This is the story of a person who's avoided the contradiction, eager to rip a doomed life apart, masterfully fulfilling his true purpose in the process. And then the Changeling, who's only unlocked after we complete one of the stories here. The Haruspex is kind of like the game's like hard mode in a sense. He starts off like in the town, like he's a member of the community already, so he as a character needs less things explained to him. Whereas like Bachelor's a bit of a fish out of water, so he's like a good like self-insert for somebody who's like getting to know the weird world of Pathologic. So we're gonna go with the Bachelor.
Daniil Dankovsky,
We have a little bit more
Bachelor of Medicine, was brought here
exposition.
under circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims. There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town. As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Yan and stays at her place till dawn.
Huh. All right, we made it. We're at gameplay. Jihoon, are you still alive?
We're finally playing?
As of today, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kane, who is rumored to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern thanatology and challenge the existent notions of death itself. However, even if this undying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence won't suffice to prevent the powers that be from shutting our laboratory down. I need to figure out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it would be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vitality. Yeah. Day 1, by the end of which the Bachelor finds himself battling a truly unvanquishable foe. So, some things off the bat. Just gonna drop a new save for no real reason. So we're playing the game in windowed 1080p. The reason for that is because when it's full screen, it only goes up to 1080p, and I have a larger monitor than that. So when I alt tab, it freaks the hell out, and I'm going to be alt tabbing just to do streamer stuff and things like that. So I have it in windowed mode. Having it any higher than 1080p actually causes some weird glitches with like the start menu here and dialogue. Any like menus there are, it causes weird glitches. Again, this is like an indie game, but I wanted to get that out of the way. So we start in Eva Yan's upstairs, where our man, the myth, the legend, Daniel Dankovsky, has kind of set up a laboratory. And so a day in this game, time is constantly moving. A day in this game takes about 2 hours of real time to get through. So we will be doing day 1 tonight. That being said, with dialogue and reading things out loud, during moments where time is not passing in game, it'll just like take a little bit longer, so we'll probably take about 2.5 hours. So anyway, here's Eva. So I had a
feeling you would come.
I haven't described your role yet, Jihoon, so here's what it is. I'm going to be every NPC. You are going to enforce your decisions onto me as you see fit. I do have veto power, though, but you are going to play our dear Bachelor, Daniel Dankovsky. So you are going to choose the answer as you see fit. And I may veto you here and there, but I still want to know what you think.
Why are you giving me the illusion of choice if you're going to veto my choices?
There's good reasons for that. We can lock ourselves out of some interesting stuff. Maybe not right away, but later on.
This is America right here. Fake freedom.
That's right. Okay, so did the sounds from the outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan, and then something snapped loudly.
I fell asleep so quickly I didn't even notice. It's like I fainted. So what sound are we talking about, just like in real life?
I think there are strangers in the backyard, by the pond. They're unlikely to be planning mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep.
This is actually, there. What do you think they are planning anything foul?
Our population is so thin, crime is basically non-existent, especially here in the Stone Yard. Sometimes there are pranks, of course. Fights happen occasionally. People are young here, so they often go out at night, but we're a tight community, and now I hear unfamiliar speech. That's not a good sound.
I'll go out and take a look, but I'm in a hurry. I must see this founding father of yours.
Are you willing to trade the company of a fascinated woman for that of a dreadful old man, even if he is a sorcerer? So sad Andrew isn't here. That's so sad. But Simon won't go anywhere. He has always been. He always will be. Even if the moon were to fall to the ground. Please, stay with me a little longer.
Let me read the choices and I'll decide to vote for her. Simon is a sorcerer? Did I hear right? Is it a secret to his longevity?
Are you in that much of a hurry? Do come round. The canes are asleep now. Take your knockabout coat off. Have a rest in my bed. Let me warm your hands. You were so anxious to see Simon, as though your life depended on it.
Did I actually choice or is there
No,
one
this
long
is
sentence?
all, yeah.
Okay. My life, yes. Now that my laboratory is on brink of destruction, my whole life's pursuit depends on what remained on that remarkable man. If he has really managed to live that long, then his tissues will help me defeat death.
Death. So that's the enemy you've chosen for yourself. Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet.
My enemy is inability. I am challenging the forces of nature.
I don't understand.
Show me where Simon lives.
It's not far. The Canes live at the Crucible on Bridge Square. But could I please offer you a piece of advice?
Go on.
I need no advice. Okay. Simon has two younger brothers, the eldest of the two. Georgie is called the judge by the locals. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak with Simon. The youngest of the three is Victor. His daughter, Maria, also wanted to see you. It's probably important.
Was it she who knew about my arrival beforehand?
Yes, she told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is that kind of person. She puts on airs, but that's just how the Canes are. It was Maria who told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording. What a coincidence.
Alright, thank you for your advice.
Go, and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak to the Canes. They will probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I will have some advice that may be of help to you if you need it.
Okay, I'll come back.
Okay, and she marked on our on our town map here, and here's our first glance at it.
Is she thirsty? Why is she so
Oh
inviting?
yeah, oh yeah. She really wants that Dan dick. Yeah. So this is the town. So you probably remember when we played the demo of Pathologic 2, we have this big like spiraling geometric thing kind of like floating in the distance. And over here we have the abattoir that's like built into the ground. The abattoir is like a butchery for cows. And in between this are like three sections of neighborhoods and stuff. And all the red buildings are pretty important, but then there's some other like buildings of import around the map. We are going to be traveling all over this map in the next like couple hours, so I hope you're ready. But yeah, we are here, and we are going here. Simple enough. Oh, but first, she wanted us to investigate a sound that was coming from our backyard. And unfortunately, it has nothing to do with these two boys in her front yard. Her garden is behind the house. We'll deal with that in a sec. Let's familiarize ourselves with the tutorial. Which one do you want to speak to first? The Birdman or the Shy Guy?
Birdman.
Okay. Walt, I'm going to have to teach you about the technicalities of the setting, the time and the place. It's non-essential, but that's just how it is. The actor has to be prepared before he goes on stage, or else he'll fall down the aisle or stumble upon the prompt box. That would look mighty silly, wouldn't you agree?
Who are you?
An actor in a tragic mime show. That's not important. Will you listen to me or not?
I'm listening.
Time flies by. It can't be stopped or turned back. Nights follow days, which are then followed by nights. Things happen without any regard whether you're there to witness them. Don't expect anyone to wait for you. Most events can be missed.
And so
it would make sense for you to visit the places that you care about regularly. You'll find the people that will play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the common folk. The rest are just a crowd shot, a background, a bunch of extras.
And it has always been.
Indeed. Still, it is best to avoid hasty judgment. It's a paradox, you see. Don't try to care too much for the lives of these bound to stand out people. And don't be too dismissive of the silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy.
Why is that?
This world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument. Your reputation changes the world you see, for it is a mirror. Wouldn't you agree? And so a bad reputation can get you into a lot of trouble.
For example?
Oh, I need to describe? You've got vivid imagination. Everything changes, from mystical aspects to mundane things like the people you need treating you badly, how many enemies you've got, how high the prices rise, how bad your dreams are. Lots of things.
A sorry prospect, so how do I maintain my reputation?
Really? How is that even a question? Same as anywhere. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not betray. Do not steal. Do not covet. Do not be an asshole. Do not get caught. The rules are the same everywhere. A truly selfless deed, like risking something for thy neighbor, or even a person who lives quite far away, can help in a dire situation.
I see.
I see. Oh,
Damn.
shit. Hey!
I was waiting for that.
Jihoon, do you want to relinquish your role to Andrew?
I can barely speak.
What's the deal with you before we continue?
Out.
I was wondering. I was like, he's either on sleep or they actually like on-called him.
Oh, I did get on called. That's why I passed out.
Oh man, that's rough. Welcome home, buddy. Enjoy Russian hell simulator.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go through this dialogue and then you can tell us your story.
Really? Good for you then. As for me, I can't see anything in this mask. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, don't get too worked up about human lives, and don't put too much stock into another's words, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived.
Oh my god, did he just pull the IC, reply to the IC? See. Speaking of trust, where does Simon Kane reside? I would be most thankful if you show me the way.
Simon Kane does not reside. He lives, or rather exists. He reigns, he creates, he makes mistakes and brings joy to the people with the mere fact of his existence. All of that happens in the Crucible. Go left along this alley. As you reach Bridge Square, look to the right, you'll see it.
Thank you.
Okay, and we gotta talk to this boy. Tragedian. Venerable Bachelor, be so kind as to linger for a minute. This conversation won't take too much of your time, especially since time stops during dialogues. At least during the important ones, and our dialogue is extremely important. You need to know how to play after all, don't you?
Who are you?
A poor tragedian, if you please. A victim of circumstances, just like you.
Ooh, those two are actually good. Now, you know what? I can see where that... You're mistaken. I'm the director, the person in charge of the situation. I'm not a random actor.
Of course you aren't. You're a living, breathing man, as is evident from your conditions and statuses. You experience hunger, thirst, and fatigue. You suffer from pain, wounds, and diseases. You're so lifelike. You have to eat, drink, sleep, and rest, and to make mistakes.
The letter being the most definite proof of my human nature, wouldn't you agree?
If I may, I would like to point out just how important it is to keep an eye on your condition. If you get dizzy or are naturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. I knew a person who died of stress but was diagnosed with starvation.
It can happen. It happens. I can testify to that as a doctor.
Need I remind a wise man like you of the fact that hunger is sated with food? Food can be found in shops, and shops can be found in ordinary houses that are marked with specific signs. Sleep, however, is more complicated. People only sleep in beds in private residences around here. I am sorry, but that's just how our world is.
Yes, you do have to hunt the food in the shop, technically speaking. Technically correct. Yes, the world is unjust.
And quite silly, if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerce, different shops sell similar items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. People can be quite brazen around here. You can also barter with the folk out in the street. Some things may be nothing more than trinkets to you, but others would be willing to part with their life's blood for them.
Blood?
Yes, blood. It's not my place to lecture you, but if, following your Hippocratic oath, you ever consider easing someone's pain, feel free to just approach them with a suitable drug. You will see their pain receding before your very eyes. The sick fall asleep when they're close to recovery, don't they?
Or when they're close to their ultimate rest.
Still, helping the hopeless will grant you a good reputation. You'll be seen as a benefactor willing to part with a precious sleeping draught or a painkiller for a simple bystander.
Anything else?
No, not yet.
Show me the way to Simon's house. I feel like I have to say this with a wine glass in my hand.
Now you got it. Yeah. Turn left now, then walk along the alley. You will see a cathedral and 3 mansions across Bridge Square. Simon lives in the one that is closest to the river.
Thank you.
Both of them are telling us to go left.
Yeah, so we're not going to do it right away. We're following up on a thing our roommate said to us. She wants us to investigate something going on in her backyard. And yeah, these boys.
Look a lot of these characters in that weird one play.
So anytime you hear like the soundtrack skip or like the gameplay pause, I'm doing a quick slave. Now why would I bring that up here, I wonder? You want to talk to a normal guy or the weird looking guy first?
We're no stranger to weird looking guys, so
The worm feels sick, head packed, blood boiling, belly freezing. Let the worm warm up. Let him take a rest. Don't touch us. We're dangerous.
Yeah, Plague Man.
and both of them are bad choices, but I'm gonna play safe and get lost. I'm even more dangerous.
Oh god, perfect. Yes. Okay.
This feels as good as Skyrim combat. Yeah, it's like you're playing on Insane in Skyrim.
All right. Death count 1. But no, I actually do want to kill those guys. I have my reasons. They have good loot, and they are free murders. You don't lose reputation for killing them out of self-defense. So I am going to equip my trusty scalpel beforehand. We're going to make the same choice.
You just like piss off anybody, and if they attack you first, it's self-defense.
Kind of. You can't just piss off anybody, though.
Be selective. Be piss off. Alright, so you want to presumably you want to get a good trade here where you don't get too much damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I should be getting fire damage.
I know, right?
So I guess you noticed when I click for the attack, it plays one of several random animations.
Yeah, it's like like Morrowind. You can go into the menu and set it so always best attack.
Okay, I don't like this. So load game. We can do better than this.
I'll be doing the thrust attack.
Unfortunately, that's not a thing. You click for you press attack and it plays a random animation, and you have to adjust. It's kind of like throwing a punch underwater. This isn't so much a game with a fighting mechanic as there is a game with like a dying mechanic. That being said,
You died a lot.
okay. I don't like this either. Hold on, I can do better. I got
right,
this. I can do this.
We'll keep trying.
I do have it saved that I can load just for occasions like this.
Ah.
But,
So event of the week. CES is happening. Oh, there's a lot of crazy gadget that's being introduced.
oh, I don't know anything about this. Please.
And like
BMW.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure this is just a proof of concept, but like BMW showed their car that can change the color,
I saw that.
and then everybody's, of course, commenting that that's the best getaway car. Bravo plays in a white color and then change it to black color, like sci-fi.
Skip the need to have to go to the spray shop.
See, computer related. I've seen some crazy laptop gets introduced. I'm like, but goodness gracious! I mean, they haven't announced the price or anything, but you just from looking at it, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be crazy pricey. They're cool. I want it, but there's no way I could afford them, let alone utilize them properly.
By the way, this is our one real combat of tonight. We have one other one that kind of counts, but wait, no. Talk first.
And then another, not necessarily event of the week, but just a reminder. Yesterday was the January 6th anniversary of January 6th incident.
Yeah, let's talk about literally anything else.
I know, but I know you don't want to talk about it, but I feel like I just want to remind the people that was it. I feel like it's something we should never.
Sure. Okay, so this guy was carrying 5 revolver bullets.
Wait, he got no bullet though.
Oh god.
Okay, so now we can carry on with our quest. So Simon Kane in his house, where we are going.
Always remember how far to go. You're the most able for that.
Oh,
was it go left?
This way. Yeah, go left. I can do it. I can do this.
There's many lefts available.
Yeah. So along the way, we're going to make some detours and loot through all the garbage on the street. You probably remember this from when we were doing Pathologic 2, Andrew.
Yes. It's like Fallout. They're digging into all the trash cans everywhere. And eat any food you find in trash cans too.
So one way this differs from its sequel is there's no sprinting. So the walk speed is it. However, we can jump as much as we want. So we can just skip all the way down. And it's not a problem. And I'm pretty sure like jumping is like the same speed. I don't think it slows you down any. Okay, so this is where the Canes live. They have 3 houses. We're just gonna visit all of them.
Ooh, someone's trying to morph ball.
Yeah.
Morph ball sculpture.
That does it. I'm gonna break soon.
The famous Dr. Denkovsky. Your arrival is a great honor for us. Victor Kane at your service.
My pleasure.
I foresee that the things that have become ordinary for us will probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I would like to compensate for that impression. You know, our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind.
What do you mean?
I mean the traditions. Games that we play with passion will most likely be of no interest to you. The people you meet here may seem eccentric, naive, or even somewhat deranged. Please take it easy on us. Don't judge us too strictly.
How we'll be able to work in the atmosphere of mutual trust.
Perhaps old Gimsky is setting a trap for this newly arrived Haruspects.
Georgie is waiting for you, my friend. He has news for you that you'll find surprising. I only ask one thing. Don't be too quick to reject his request.
I don't understand.
He will explain it better himself. We put too many hopes in your arrival. The echo of these hopes has led him to offer you a rather intricate conundrum to solve.
What is it?
It's not exactly in your line of work, and yet, if we are to believe a certain source which we deemed quite trustworthy, it appears that you are the only person who can help our family. The reward will be fitting, of course.
I'll think about it.
What?
Okay. Cool. Let us speak with Georgie. I believe this is Georgie up here, but I could be mistaken.
Giorgio. That's the character in Turnabout.
The town will meet.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
That much is certain.
Most venerable doctor, it is with great impatience that we've been expecting you. You need not delve into the minutiae of your business with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties you are experiencing, and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you that Simon, my consanguineous brother, the creator, keeper, and embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered.
Boyden!
Hold on. I can't believe it. It cannot be.
My brother was murdered last night under the strangest of circumstances, but for all the mystery surrounding his death, I'd rather eschew the notion that this departure was connected with whoever had visited Simon that evening. The visitor is a man of laudable rectitude and an old friend of our family. There are witnesses to testify that he and Simon did nothing but converse.
Who was a visitor?
Someone you know quite well. The man whom my brother saw last night was your colleague, Isidore Barak. Was he not the very person to advise you to come here as well?
Yes.
Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intentions. What do you think?
I am no fatalist.
It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival was no coincidence. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidore wrote to you without making us aware. He took a risk that could have displeased our family.
Why do you speak the word fate was discussed?
I prefer the word time, in a fatalistic sense of the notion, of course.
So Simon wasn't aware I would come?
Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was looking forward to meeting you. The tragedy may have been a consequence of the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone has taken a powerful piece from the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here depended. It is doubly regrettable that Simon was playing on your side.
He's just speaking in riddles, and all of a sudden he started like, chess piece comes out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Yeah.
My sincerest condolence to you. Is there anything I can do to help?
Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find a murderer for us. My brother Victor, who is in the wing next door, would share some of his thoughts on the matter. Help us, and the reward will not disappoint you.
Indeed. It seems there are too many coincidences. Your brother's murder can just as will be called a murder of Bachelor than Cosby. I will help you in every way I can.
I am convinced that if there's anyone at all who can help us solve this puzzle, then it is you. The mission calls for someone as astute and as inventive as yourself. If Isidore is an instrument of fate, then Simon's murder is a message that fate intended for you personally. Do not think I am inclined to blame you for that. I am not.
How do you plan to look for the murderer?
We will take our own measures. The only thing I expect from you is to be yourself. Do do only what you think is required. Whatever you find out, whatever you do, whatever your day turns into, everything is a clue to the solution of this puzzle. I repeat, everything that is happening here is happening on your account.
You have my sympathy.
I'm gonna say fine. I'm fine with this course of action. Okay, and he pointed out the rest of his family members. So we can talk to him a little bit more. We're going to fill out the rest of his options here. You know, the Morrowind dialogue tree. I am counting on you, Doctor. And I'll just say, which of the locals could help me? Whose words can be trusted? And you'll continue after this. I don't know for how long you will have to remain here, Doctor. You are most welcome to be my guest, even though I won't try to keep you. While you are here, though, and especially since you are trying to find out the truth, it's my duty to offer you a piece of advice.
I'll be most grateful for it.
This remote place has a history of its own. There's not enough time to retell it to you, which is unfortunate, since the background of the town that may possibly justify some of the local conventions that will most likely seem barbaric to an educated person like yourself.
You know, I got a comment that like sometimes the answers are like not fluid, I should say.
Yeah.
What traces does history leave in your society then?
Yeah, all of this is deliberate. You're meant to feel like the language is very flowery and clouded in metaphors, and often like your brain has to go like, oh god, wait a minute, let me put all these words together. Like it's very much like I know what all these words mean separately, or at least I can infer what all these words mean separately, and then afterwards you have to put them all together. You're not used to seeing like the English language like smashed together in this way typically. It gets worse, but Georgie here is particularly bad. So you said what races?
Yeah.
There are 3 truths that rule this town. 3 origins, 3 ideas, if you like. For several generations, these 3 powers have been in conflict with each other. I suspect none of them can exist without the other 2, yet each of them still strives to dominate. Each of them has its own voice, too.
Tell me more.
These voices are the ruling families, the co-owners of the Bull Project, who have been ruling the town for almost 2 centuries. Each one of the truths they represent is screaming at the top of its lungs, and in so doing, travesties whatever value it carries.
This is too complicated. I don't see what this has to do with your brother's murder.
The first voice is, he just keeps going, he doesn't give a fuck.
Did you listen to me, buddy? Do you hear the word that's coming out of my mouth?
But yeah, like the reason why the text is like this is because you're playing somebody who is an outsider, right? He's a fish out of water here. He's not used to the customs. He's not used to the way the people here talk. The people here just talk this way. And also, as you saw with the worm man and the tragedian and stuff, there's people in this culture that just look different also. So people speak different, they look different. Like this isn't like a normal place, right? So the first voice is the Sabrovs. The second is the Olginskis. The third one is us, the Canes. We are the 3 heads of one beast. Each of the clans will offer their own understanding of what's going on. Each of the 3 will use their own voice and the voices of their followers to lie and distort the truth. We cannot exist otherwise. However, in doing so, we will inadvertently reveal the entirety of the truth to anyone who would listen.
Do not worry. I only trust proven facts. Words alone carry no weight for me.
I suggest you believe no one. Perhaps I'm the only one of the three rulers that would ask you to disregard his very words. If nothing else, I hope it will win me your favor. At least I am offering you honest advice. You should never trust any of us completely. Neither the Kanes, nor the Olginskis, nor the Sabrovs.
What am I supposed to then?
Well, no one will dare lie to your face. I have no doubts that everyone will tell you the truth, but they will tell it in such a fashion that this truth will conceal the reality better than any deception would. The only thing I'm asking is that you don't jump to conclusions. Compare different versions. Your extraordinary intelligence, oh boy, will allow you to ascertain the truth.
Persona! This inspire hope.
Furthermore, each of us will try to paint a rather ungainly picture of the other two. Most likely we will fill you in on the negative sides of each other faction, and withhold anything that is good about them. That is inevitable. None of us will stoop to outright slander, so everything that will be said will most likely be true, but this truth will be one-sided and incomplete. Listen carefully to what we say and take it into account.
Your words are pleasant surprise, Judge.
The stories of the evil that the Kanes have unleashed onto this world are partially true. Do not feel obligated to act in our favor. As you can see, I will stop before nothing to ensure an unbiased investigation. The lack of prejudice I want to instill in you is the one and only reason why I am making a confession like this. I do not want my brother to have died in vain.
Here our desire concur, Judge.
Alright, so we did that. Okay, so these other things are like big hints. We gotta get through them. So, one more thing. I'd like to examine your brother's body. We sent for Isidore Barak's most accomplished apprentice. His name is Stanislav Rubin. Quite a resolute and talented man this Rubin is. I have great expectations of him. He will bring everything you need, and you will examine the body together.
Ruben would be really great right now.
Oh, yeah.
I am no pathologist, and autopsy is not my specialty, but I could perform a preliminary examination.
I am genuinely sorry, Doctor, but our family traditions were cherished for as long as the family has existed. One of such traditions requests the dead to be left alone for 24 hours. The body is not to be seen or touched by anyone. This period of deferral will be over by tomorrow.
I'm afraid I must insist.
I might have agreed to break the tradition, which is as sacred to us as it is meaningful and reasonable, but I am entirely convinced that there is no valuable information at all for you to derive from the examination of the body. I am sorry, but no exception can be made here, not even for you.
Reasonable. So there's a practical justification?
On several occasions, excessive haste has led to undesirable consequences. The phenomenon that Isidore had invited you here to study. It is in our blood. The physiological trait of our family shows itself from time to time.
This is quite intriguing.
The examination of the body will not help you in any way. This puzzle has to be solved within your mind. I am not able to, or even allowed to tell you any more than that. Believe me, I'm not trying to conceal any evidence from you. The body is kept in the ice house. It is intact, but the focus may not be breached.
Please take all possible measures to ensure the safety of the body.
The town will meet its death at the hand of Simon's murderer.
How many doctors are there in your town? If we exclude Isidore Barak, Stanislav Rubin is the only other doctor here. He's the most competent of Isidore's apprentices. The rest are good for nothing as far as I can tell. They're only capable of distorting the knowledge that their teacher is trying to pass to them.
Do you trust this Rubin?
I would trust Rubin with my life, a competent medic of remarkable courage and laudable integrity. Everything he does is done with appropriate diligence and care. He doesn't like people that much, but he is eager to serve them. Why do you ask?
I just wonder what kind of man he is. How do I get to know him?
Rubin will come here tonight to get down to examining my brother. You will get acquainted then.
All right.
Okay.
However brilliant an action, it
Okay, so we'd like to speak to Isidore first and foremost. Well, that is a reasonable thing to do. Moreover, that is what etiquette demands. After all, it was he that invited you here. However, I don't think that he's informed anyone of the Crucible of these plans. I hope you don't get me wrong. You are our guest, and we welcome you.
Where does Isidore live?
Fuck. Somewhere in Earth. Earth is the name of the lowest part of town.
You have no idea how hard I'm shaking my head right now. My God.
Closest to the abattoir. I haven't been there for several years, and I don't really know these slums all too well, especially since they were rebuilt after the fire. Victor has visited Isidore from time to time, so speak to him. He's in the wing next door.
Fine.
Okay, we're done with Georgie for the time being.
What's out, Georgie? I was driving circles with your car.
Okay, we'll talk to Maria last. Let's go back to Victor. Victor's got more to say. Yep, get up from your chair.
The true way to be deceived is to think oneself more knowing than others.
Okay, how can I help you? Just say the top answer.
Georgie has told me everything, which to say he told me very little, but it was enough to astonish me. He maintains that you can provide a more detailed account.
We all need like chalices of red wine right now. So you have agreed to help us.
I have.
May I ask why?
Is it a 3-line or 2-line?
3 lines.
Okay. I guess the capital letter is a giveaway. I want to solve a puzzle. I even like having so little information. It's a challenge to my intellect.
I'm prepared to answer any questions you may have.
When was Simon last seen?
He sent Isidore home. Then an hour later he came to this hall to see us. He announced his plans to withdraw to the focus and receive no one. He told us not to approach the focus and to fast for a week, partaking of neither meat nor water. Then, in the morning, he was found dead.
How was he found?
The servants discovered him in the morning. The room had been ransacked. Everything that was breakable had been broken. His disfigured, contorted body bore signs of terrible suffering. His neck was twisted, his spine broken, I think. No one has touched the body. It's currently inside the focus and will remain there for the prescribed amount of time.
What is this focus place?
It's hard to explain. It's his study, if you will. An extraordinary, spacious, creative laboratory, almost perfectly sealed off, except for the door that was visible at all times, metaphorically speaking.
I don't understand.
It's like an equation, or a mirror puzzle. Anyway, the murderer could not have been hiding there. Take my word for it.
Oh, Simon did get in there somehow.
He could perform far more impressive feats. There's a reason why the whole town revered him.
Alright, so how can I help you?
Just take a look around. Trust your intuition. Do whatever you like. Speak to whoever you feel the need to. Look for the murderer, doctor, and you will find them. Keep looking till the last breath. I'm sure your rational thinking will help you.
Alright, who among the townfolk can help me with this?
I'm going to veto you. So Isidore is the only lead. How can I find him? I'll show you, but you must be careful. Simon's murderer, whoever they are, could not be an ordinary person. I can't imagine them even being a person. I fear it could only be fate, wearing the guise of a mysterious monster.
I will be careful. It's a goddamn werewolf. I saw the puzzle. It's a werewolf.
Ah, okay. You have more in common with the townsfolk right now than you probably think. Okay, so we have been shown where Isidore lives. It's like our next big blinking indicator. And look how far the fuck away we are. Okay.
I fear that
Walking simulator, baby. We have one more important person close by to talk to, and then we can shoot the shit. So I will be walking a lot. But we gotta talk to Maria first.
They see me rolling in 18.
Tra-la-la-la-la.
Oh yeah, that's it. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
She's got lots of swords.
Should me sword.
There she is.
Oh god.
I really enjoy her dress.
I often feel like someone's
like,
looking at
Yeah,
us
she
from the
got
other
like
side.
she got like titty, I don't know, covers.
Those are
Stickers, but she
her
has them on
actually-
the outside of her dress.
Her nipples are actually placed somewhere else. Those are slightly off. They are just to trick your mind.
Mhm.
You must focus harder to see her true nipple.
You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor.
Hold on. I have to. There we go. Appearance can be deceiving.
I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take us all by the throat.
For a road. What? You know what? What else did you see in that dream?
I'll tell you when I think I can trust you.
I hope that happens soon. Wink, wink.
What?
Now listen closely. The time for collusions, secrets, and alliances has come. I am going to ask something of you. I am not used to that. I am used to holding the reins, but you are not harnessed, so it would be unacceptable to address you in this manner. I find solace in the fact that my request will be welcome with you. It fits the style of your venture.
Yes, you better be polite. I don't take kindly to orders. I'm a creature of liberty.
I've never chosen this option. I wonder what happens. Okay. I apologize if my words come across as mangled and silly. I'm truly not used to asking. But the nature of my request demands complete and selfless humility. Just imagine me begging and kneeling, and believe me, I do feel that way.
I will kneel myself before a lady as charming as you.
So fun fact, that ends the conversation and we get nothing out of this. So we're going to pick option A. No need to kneel. What did you want to talk about?
Motherfucker.
Today's death was the first, but it won't be the last. Simon has opened the score of irreplaceable victims. Soon their number will multiply. I beg you to preserve the lives of several people when the lines of their fortune cross yours. Before any of them dies, there will be a moment when you will be able to intervene. I know that for a fact.
Who are these people?
That doesn't matter. What was destined to happen will happen. You can be whoever you want to be, but not a coward choosing to hear no evil and run away from reality. I will give you a list of those I know of. Those people are bound to you.
What in the world is going on here? Are you trying to flirt with me?
So we're gonna choose option A again, because this is how we get information. Bound. There is a tight spring of power within each of these people. Each of them can break the routine of human existence and become something greater. They are standing on the verge of their humanity, gazing into the realm where they could serve a different, higher purpose, without even knowing it. Moreover, they are bound to make the leap, in one way or another. That is why we call them simply the Bound.
But how is their fate bound to mine? Did you say my victory depended on them? How?
I don't know. I'm not a mistress yet. The future is not as clear to me as I would prefer, but I can feel the present. I can already distinguish a dubious guess from the pulse of the precise knowledge devoid of words and images. Ugh. These people are bound to you. Your lives are connected. I wouldn't have asked you to take care of them otherwise.
Are you clairvoyant or something?
Very good. Yes, you haven't been told, have you? It didn't even cross my mind that someone may be unaware of my abilities. No one here dares doubt them, for they are evident. Yes, the mistress of every ruling house possesses special abilities. I am learning to see the future and transform the present.
Forgive me, but I don't believe in type of phenomena.
I'm going to choose option A. This fact offers your words a different degree of authenticity. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of people I name you? Answer me before going back to Eva.
Who's Eva?
That was the girl whose house we began the game with. The blonde-haired woman who had the people in her backyard.
Lady, if you want a threesome, I would gladly join your first threesome. Anyway, okay, serious answer. How do you know that Eva asked me to come back?
I know, Eva. She was to safeguard you from my nocturnal intrigues, doesn't she? She strives to touch the mysteries of our family, to learn the game we're playing. Well, talk to her. Maybe you two will manage to uncover some bits and pieces of the Kane's dark conspiracy against humanity. But you haven't given me an answer. What will it be?
No, I don't want to bind myself with unnecessary promise.
We're going to choose option A. I will do as you ask, Maria. My honor bids me to. And you'd better be better off not giving me cheek. You won't like me when I'm angry. Okay, so we finally have our list of our bound. So these people, whatever happens, these people must live. Their fates are bound to mine. They may well hold the key to my victory in their hands. And we have, I believe, all the Kanes. Yes, so Georgie, Victor, and Maria. We also have the Stamatin brothers that will meet not today, but later, I think. Eva Yan, who we began the game in her house, and Mark Immortel, who we have not met yet. So we have some need to meet these people. So here's how this works, and we'll get tutorialized on this in just a moment. But every day when we are doing the main quest, which is what we're doing now, we are investigating the murder of Simon Kane, right? That is our main objective for today. If we do not finish that, someone else has to finish it in our stead, and it's going to be one of these people. And when they take on our job, they run the risk of getting infected with the plague. And if these people get infected or die, we get a bad ending. So these people, we got to do our best by these people. So that's the Kanes, the Stamatins, Eva Yan, and Mark Immortel. Do you have anything else?
Wait is over. They've always wanted an heir.
Okay, we the Kanes have always been out of touch with the mundane reality, but we are driven by love. Love can be furious, funny, and blind, but there's never a need to make excuses for it, is there? And we're going to choose the first option, so just read it at me.
You have no choice now.
Well, the other one just ends the conversation.
I said this before Andrew joined, yeah, but this is straight up false democracy.
Yeah, when I did it, where I chose every bad option and you accepted it. And we had the worst run imaginable.
Right. Okay. So, two things are going into that. One, the Marble Nest was a 1-day preview demo for the game. So none of the choices that you made mattered beyond that stream we did, right? So that's option one. Option two is... you remember that game had the dialogue choices had diamonds, and the diamonds indicated that they ended the conversation early?
Yeah.
This game doesn't have that.
You've been lied to as well, Andrew.
So much lying.
You'd be a great politician, Kevin.
Yeah. And what exactly did you see in that dream of yours? The one that had to do with me? A truly terrifying battle is ahead of you. If no one has ever told you about your fate, I will be the first. You must know that I admire you in advance, regardless of the outcome. You will fight a foe that few can defeat.
Regardless of outcome, you say. Wink, wink.
The fuck? You will clash with your foe like a dragon slayer, but your weapon will turn against you. Striking at the heart, you will end up with your own flesh torn. Every drop of blood you squeeze out of that heart will turn into a gulp of yours. If your foe escapes you, penetrates you, or saddles you, you will hear malicious laughter in your ears, and my crestfallen weeping.
He who laughs last, laughs best.
Alright, we're done with Maria for today. For now. There might be a tiny bit more later. Okay, so we got some more strange boys at our gates. Do you want to talk to Birdman? Do you want to talk to Executor or Tragedian?
Didn't we already talk to them?
These are different boys.
Oh, they are? Alright. Birdman. See what you got.
The town is small and rather unexceptional, isn't it? But there are all kinds of people here, the simple folk and the more remarkable ones. The former will tell you more than they know. The latter will tell you way more than they're ever going to let out. Keep a close eye on them. Your victory depends on it.
And who are these remarkable people?
There are 20-something of them, easily distinguished by their lodgings or their presence. They are called many names. The Bound, the Fated, the Adherents, the Gobo's Tagler, the Town's Circle. Simon preferred their company to any other.
Is it a sect or something?
No, there used to be a pagan game called Tagler. A roundelay of sorts. A Tagler means a kin circle, and Gobo is a character from a local epic. So the people that Simon was interested in are called the Gobo's Tagler. Some of them don't even know one another.
How does Simon choose them?
Because it is they that will decide the fate of this town. Don't be distracted by the fact that some of them look insignificant or disreputable. They will earn their worth. You just give them time. They are the most important joints of the town.
Why are you telling me all this?
Each day, one of them will try death by the tooth. Each will put their life at risk, and each one that dies is important. Some of them may take the keys to victory to the grave. Mind that the keys are yours, while the grave is theirs. Others will do the opposite. Don't waste your chance to condemn someone who might get in your way.
How do you know what is helpful and what gets in the way?
Okay, alright. Dropping you more hints would be cheating. Shutting up now. Allow me to conclude then. Each bound you save will influence the finale of your adventure. Each of them has their own goals and motives. It may so happen that those who seek a different ending survive, and then, well, you've been warned.
Hold on, I want to think for anyone until I've... Okay, I'll take that into account and we'll be careful.
I got our Chaos and Law reps here. We're getting info from.
There is nothing in particular we feel the urge to warn you about. When you speak to the bound, please choose your words carefully. Do not worry, you'll be easily able to make out what kind of a person is standing before you, the unobservant man that you are. So use that skill when dealing with the bound. Some of them are indeed worth insulting, whereas others need to be treated with utmost respect.
If I ever engage in a conversation with someone, it won't be for personal gain.
Each conversation will bring you a small profit, depending on the outcome, of course.
Depending on the outcome?
Every line you utter will have consequences. News spreads rapidly around here. If you spoil your reputation in one place, you'll have to reap what you've sown in another. Restore your good name in the south, and you'll receive a warmer welcome in the north. They will heed every word you say, and you'll be rewarded.
Not by means of money, I hope.
A handful of money. It's not a dialogue fee, don't get me wrong. Never refuse to take small sums of money from the bound. That would not belittle you in any fashion, but would rather demonstrate that you appreciate the local customs.
How so?
It's a symbolic Godspeed. The heftier the sum, the better your luck is supposed to become. So conversations get more profitable as your reputation goes up, esteemed Bachelor.
I see.
I see.
I see.
So, every time we talk to somebody in our bound, they kind of just slip us some dollarinos. That's really nice. Okay, so we are
Is
going
a
to
real
go
dollar? Is
So
a real
here, go
dollar or
get
is it the
yourself
hat?
something nice while you're out and about, buddy.
Oh yeah, we're going to buy lots of delicious eggs and smoked meats. Okay, so we are headed to Isidore's. So and
It's like the same world map as that other version we played.
yeah,
The same
No, you're
weird ass
imagining things.
sky cocoon thing.
yep, it's all there.
Which one of those Jihoon do you think is the Chaos or Law Rep? You got Bound Man and Birdman.
Uh,
I'm gonna lean towards Birdman being our lawful rep.
I mean, it does seems like that too, actually.
So I wanted to ask you guys, we've had a lot of strange dialogue. You guys have any questions so far? Do you have any like particular details you need sorted out or anything?
I remember just being so confused and weirded out when we played the other thing. The Dollhouse, you said? What's it called?
The Marble Nest.
Marble Nest. You already checked some of these trash cans.
Yeah.
The game's just really strange, and everyone's very verbose.
Yeah. What about you, Jihoon? Do you have any questions in particular?
I don't know. I'm barely keeping up.
I mean, it seems to me like the general structure of the game is just like plague bad, make it go away.
Oh,
How's
we
that
didn't even
sound?
know there's a plague yet.
Oh, that's later then. So right now it's stuff. Don't die.
There you go.
I think that's a general life goal, though. In general,
My mom.
and do we have a limited inventory space, or just like?
Yes, but we're not going to run into it today.
Okay. So we're not rocking a bag of holding, but we got some pretty packed sacks on our waists.
Oh,
Cram as much into our sack as we possibly can until it's ready to burst.
That's right. My sack is always ready to burst, Andrew. So
Awesome.
I wanted to tell you I've been playing Shin Megami Tensei 5 in hard mode. It's fucking brutal.
Oh yeah.
That being said, having all the DLC, because I did get the whole like season pass thing, having all the DLC like kind of does an interesting thing to difficulty, because it's very easy for me to just level up as I please and get money to defuse demons and stuff. But the battles are still hard, so I think it's actually a really interesting take on difficulty. So,
like I use the Matamas a little bit here and there to help out. I like the EXP stuff just for the demon leveling ones, so I can get them certain skills.
Yeah.
That's it. The money one's kind of nifty, and similar to SMT4, the app or is it Glory? Yeah, Glory. Dropping one is absurdly game breaking because you can just buy any app or Glory ability that you want. I think you asked me about that in 4 as well at one point. Where you're like, which one's the most like, which one will break the game? And I'm like, the one that gives you app. It's the same one here with the blue Matama.
Yeah. I'm really liking the Gray Boys right now, though. I need those level ups.
The game is going to stay difficult until you've kind of reached the final area once you start getting like the final tiers of demons.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, I just met up with all my friends again.
Okay, that sounds like near the end of Area 1 or something.
I had a hell of a time against Snake Bitch.
The
I probably
the Nua.
Yeah, Nua. Yeah. I probably battled her for about 2 hours.
Oh damn! Yeah, she can be tricky. There's lots of like a lot of the plot significant fights are really tough. The I don't want to like spoil future things or anything, but in between areas 1 and 2, I had a really tricky time.
Oh,
And
geez,
you'll
great.
understand why when you reach it. I will say though that as with most RPGs, despite the game making it sound like you need to hurry, you can always go back and heal.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been really interesting. Like even with all like the Matama and stuff that I can like grind on, each fight, like each boss fight, is like taking all of my resources, and I've got into the groove of basically like just saving first and sticking my neck out there, seeing what the fight is like scouting a boss fight first, and then going and making all like the counters to that boss, and then still just barely scraping by, even though I have all the counter picks.
You'll need to do lots of that later because you'll have much better demons. You're kind of working with scraps.
Yeah.
Unique abilities from the start all the way to the end stay good. Like some of them stay good at certain sections. Like I think Angel at the opening has like a cheap Medea.
Yeah. Also there's that little fire drake that has like a Aguilau with
fire.
Medium fire with status effect on it. That's really nice.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame like every unique is tied to that demon. You cannot get that, and then you have your own uniques too.
Yeah.
And they're all good.
Yeah.
They're all styled after like support, healing, magic, strength based. Like no matter what your role, you'll find a unique move for you that you can make use of.
Alright, so Jihyun's he's away, right?
Yeah, at the moment.
Okay, help me out here. So, a foul murder occurred here this night. No authorized access allowed. Inspecting the crime scene is strictly forbidden until further notice.
Who was killed?
Well, you're not a local, sir, so you're unlikely to understand the loss we suffered. Isidore Barak, a great surgeon, a benefactor to us all, and an all-around skilled doc. An outstanding man, beloved and well-respected by us locals. Does it really always have to take the very best? What a foul time to live in.
I knew him. I'm a doctor too.
Whoever killed our doc must surely be looking to get us all killed. Isidore could cure anything. He also knew how to make cuts or incisions because he was a warden. He knew all his lines all right. Like I said, it all makes sense. Whoever killed Simon took Isidore's life too, and this is merely the beginning.
What makes you think the two cases are connected?
Well, who would have the heart to attack such men? If you asked me yesterday, I would have told you no one would dare inflict such an ugly wound on this town. But if there is someone, it has to be just that. Someone. Although it looks fishy if you ask me. That thing was no man. That's what I think.
Blame yourself.
See, this murderous deal is all mysterious. There is a talon stuck in the victim's chest. Go ahead, bend your arm at the elbow, good sir. Yeah, like that. There you go. That's how long it was. It broke off. There was dust on the floor. The deceased had a renowned step walker, and the dust was covered in hoof steps and the like. Traces of a sharp bone, I guess? As if someone was using a walking stick around there. I'm telling you, it's her, the Shabnak Adir, the clay man-eater.
Want to inspect the building.
You've been I like how you just no-sailed all that. You've been assigned to this post by Alexander, the head of the Sabrov family. His house is in decline right now, but it's still powerful and very much respected. For it is they that's been responsible for maintaining worldly order and public safety in the town since olden days. Please kindly address your concerns to him. There's their rod. You can just take that road up there and get to the Cape. As for me, I'm not authorized to let you in.
Should have said so from the start.
Okay, so we got a new place we can go to the rod and talk to this guy, and we will do that in a little bit. This guy was fucking tying his shoes.
An identical faced man.
Yeah.
Twin.
Look, there's no place for you to be, sir. Could you kindly leave? The place is villainous and times are rough. What if some thug or cutthroat comes after you? I can't protect everyone.
I'm doing my job, you do yours.
Okay. So, we are heading to Sabrov. But yeah, SMT5 is really good.
Did you decide to go all in on your luck?
So I'm doing that as much as I can. All like luck is first place, and then like magic and vitality are kind of like next in line. Like they're kind of tied for second for me.
Okay.
And everything else is kind of like a dumps down, just letting it increase over time.
I don't know if I described them. Agility is like the only trap stat in the game.
Yeah,
it does very, very little. Like, if the best thing it does in the game is if you don't get a preemptive attack on an enemy, you might not get blindsided. That's kind of it. It doesn't really do much in combat since turn order is based on position.
Okay, so we're talking to Alexander Sabrov here. So, I finally get to see you. Yes, you really do look like a messenger of sorrowful times. In any case, welcome to the Rod. Our meeting is quite significant in a way. Facing the changes with open eyes and taking the first blow is my duty.
Do you think we're on the verge of an especially unhappy era?
No grim events have clouded our existence since last summer. The country has cured its war wounds. Commercial communications have been repaired. Astrologists expect nothing ill. Do you hold astrologist opinions in high regard?
Oh my god. This is one of those situations again where I just don't like any option. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to, sir?
I am a ruler. Astrology can be very curious, but I cannot allow it to influence my decisions. I have to act according to factual circumstances. Would you agree?
Definitely.
This Haruspex is trying to prove his innocence. It's a no-go.
Okay, so we're just gonna go like top to bottom here for now because we need to clear out all these. So you've come to meet with Simon, haven't you? What can I do for you now?
Actually invited by Isidore, so I came to meet with him first and foremost. But now it turns out that...
He's been murdered. Yes.
Moided.
Moided! Looks like the murderer is always one step ahead of you, doesn't it? The same one that took Simon's life, too. At least, that's the conclusion suggested by the information at my disposal. Same pattern, same signature.
Were there any traces?
Look, I haven't been there myself. I'm quite content with interrogating suspects. Especially since we already know who we're after. You can join the hunt, by the way. I can describe his features.
Who is it then?
You wouldn't believe it. His own son, who's one of the playable main characters. The fellow came back after being away for quite a while. His father had sent him to study surgery when he was but a greenhorn. Quite a lot he's learned, huh? A wandering scholar turned evil to the bone. All of that to grab the inheritance.
Wait, how did you figure that out?
Yeah, so this is how player 2 begins their story. They are fucking being manhunted because everybody in town thinks he killed his dad for money. In all honesty, it's hard to explain that to an outsider like you. Do you believe in such a thing as clairvoyance, Bachelor?
No.
Of course I do. Well, you should get to know my wife then. Or better yet, those who have already had opportunities to witness the power of her prophecies. Former doubters first and foremost. Rationalists. She's got something to say to you too, by the way.
A precog. So you're okay. Called out Isidore's son specifically.
Hi Ji-hoon, welcome back. Everything okay?
Yeah, just greeting my mom.
Fuck
that's
yeah.
all.
Hi Mom. Not specifically, no, but it all adds up. And the circumstances of Simon's death make you wonder, too. Isidore's son arrived here last night. The timing speaks against him. It even matches the time it takes to get from the Crucible to Isidore's house. So, to get you up to speed, Ji-hoon, we went to Isidore's house, and there were guards stationed outside of it, and they told us that Isidore is also dead. He's been moided, and he has a big talon, like the size of your whole ass arm, stuck into his chest.
Dun dun dun!
And the guard seems to think that the killer was something called a Shabnakadir, which is like a woman, like a female demon made of clay, and that's all we know so far. But this guy thinks that Isidore's own son, who is Artemi Barak, one of the other playable main characters, killed him for inheritance money. So that's where we're at right now in this conversation. So, Andrew, what is first one?
That's not enough. I'll have to take the investigation into my own hands. Is there anyone who can be of help to me, apart from your wife?
There are very few good analysts in our town. Everyone is more or less superstitious here, except for one Yulia Luricheva. Luricheva. Perhaps a most level-headed and reasonable person. She's the only person to remain skeptical about Katerina's talents, too. Without a shadow of a doubt, she has her own picture of events. She always does.
What is this, Yulia? I was going to say Lilia Fulci.
She came here with an engineering team when the town was being rebuilt. Did logistics or maybe communications? Not sure. They said that she's a true expert in her field. Smart, yes. A polymath. Then the team left, but she stayed. She has my respect, but not my fondness.
Very well. I'll speak to this Yulia.
Okay, we get.
Like in general, we just want more information from people.
Yeah.
So we like them or not.
I'm made of wood.
Okay. Do you have any weapons? No,
I just made of wood.
Yes. Don't worry about it. No, I just finished distributing the remaining weapons to patrolmen sent to the Bone Steak lot. Rumor has it something's brewing there. The rabble are trying to catch some man-eater, all agog. But even if I had weapons, I wouldn't give any to you. Why in the world should I?
Something's brewing. What exactly?
They're going to lynch a woman, I think. There's a superstition circulating among the people, a myth of a man-eater from the steppe, a creature called a Shabanak Adir. Supposedly, it can only take female form, even though it's made up of all sorts of filth. Where are my patrolmen, though?
Where is this lot?
The Bone Steak lot is located somewhere among the back alleys right in the middle of Earth, between the Tanners and the Skinners districts. It used to be a huge dump, and before that the mob had used it for their barbaric gatherings. Some time ago they reclaimed the dump and revived the tradition.
What kind of dump?
The dump's been there since the foundation of the termitary. Then the construction of the Skinners and the hindquarters began, and the waste was still dumped in the lot. People grumbled at first, but then they seemed to calm down. And now, recently, they just quietly cleaned it out.
Where did the waste go?
No idea. It's like they ate it up. Ugh. They could have buried it. It's against the rules. They're protecting the earth, those savages. But where did my patrolmen disappear to?
Should I maybe investigate it?
You want to see the man-eater too? Don't. Those are just dirty rumors, most likely. Or you'll find some poor victim of a frenzied mob there. That's what the patrolmen are for. As for a better description, you can look for a huge upright boulder standing there since the beginning of time. A Neolithic artifact.
Top option seems like it ends the conversation, but...
They both. It's fine. Yeah. I see. My thanks to you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm inclined towards that.
All right.
Who are the people guarding Isidore's house?
Those are volunteer patrolmen. We usually keep around 20 of them, but I've increased the number recently to 150 or so.
Really? Why do you need so many?
There's unrest in the termitary. If I weren't certain that Isidore's been murdered by his son, I would even consider the crime to be politically motivated. Isidore is preparing to take over the kin and become its leader, at least according to the information I have.
What is the kin?
The steppe people who work in the abattoir, many of the factory workmen, an ignorant, patriarchal pile that hasn't changed much since the Stone Age. They look human enough, but if you look closer, they're just beasts. Believe me when I'm telling you that I'm not snobbish in the slightest. 150, Hesper. But there's good reason to call them that.
I see.
I see.
I see. I don't think you're aware of the fact that Isidore came to me last night, just after he had returned, and warned me that there were some ominous events ahead of us. I took that as an unofficial warning about his upcoming takeover.
So you took measures?
Evidently, I've mobilized the patrols. I see what you're implying, Bachelor, but I'm not insane. Engineering Isidore's murder. As a matter of fact, a strong independent kin under Isidore's rule would have been way more useful to me.
Really? Why?
Because that would weaken the power of the Honorable Vladislav Volgymsky, who pocketed the economy of the whole town. He'd rather see the kin as a dumb and speechless herd. And come to think of it, well, I'm sure you understand where I'm going with this.
I do.
Okay, I think we're done.
The outcome.
Yeah, we're done. Okay.
Goodbye.
Woo! So, there's a lynching happening somewhere, and he was kind of coy about telling us exactly where, but I know where it is, because I've played this before. It is right here. So, we are...
Time limit?
I mean, there's a time limit on kind of everything, but we're doing that right away.
Okie doke. The only tip I want to suggest to you with S&T5 is are the DLCs named or something?
I think so, yeah.
Alright, definitely do the Artemis one as soon as you can. She is awesome.
Okay. I don't think it's like come up for me yet.
It's after Area 1.
Okay. Yeah, I think Tal spoke up for me, and then I had to do something, so I literally just put the console to sleep, so I have no idea what's happening after that cutscene.
How's the game playing out to you? You playing a mostly portable mode?
Entirely. Dad's kind of taken over and sicked up the downstairs, so I've just been in my room.
Like I said before, I find the game plays more smoothly in portable than in docked mode.
So the people are fucking crazy and they're just burning a girl. We got 3 people to talk to. Oh dear, oh dear, oh what have you done? How is it? That was no Shabnak, that was a girl, a living girl.
Oh. It's both very insulting options.
Uh-huh.
I'll let Jihoon say that. Insult this woman, Jihoon.
Get lost and never set foot here again.
Okay, let's talk to this guy, he's trying to get away. Smells like burning flesh, huh? A mistake, then. Gotta keep looking. Come on, fellas, let's find the bitch. I haven't combed my backbone yet.
Where's the patrol? Have you murdered them too?
Cool. And then there's this guy. Let's get some lore. I love this NPC's face. But in the fire she's not to burn, for she is made of clay. Wrong, all wrong. Hardened she must and fall apart.
What have you done, you dimwits?
Cool. Okay. So next to the burning stuff, there's this 2 patrolmen. This guy has revolver ammo. How auspicious. And this guy has a fucking revolver. And yeah, we now have a gun. So we are going to drop a save. So we have some options. We kind of want to... Okay, so I guess we don't have options. We're going to Yulia's, but there is a shop around here somewhere, I think. We should buy some delicious eggs.
You still buy things from little kids and give them gumballs or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, another thing. Are you playing the game updated? Because when it's the update lets you set FOV and it makes the game look way better.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. It should be updated.
It's like in the settings. Like I maxed it and I was like, oh my god, I can see the world now.
And see.
You can see everything. Because I find it kind of hard, especially in portable mode, to see like a lot
Oh.
of shit while I'm sprinting.
I don't think I really had a problem like that. So it lets you like kind of zoom out away from your character a bit.
Oh yeah, your field of view, you can make it huge.
Nice.
Huge.
That's what I've done in Warframe. It's really nice there. Because if you don't like zoom out, like your character like takes up so much of your screen real estate.
Yeah, that was the thing for me. I gotta say that it was bad. It was just like it's significant.
Mm-hmm. There's the grocery store. So I see what you mean about the music now. The music is a fucking slam dance. I love it.
Spot your imagination.
All right, this guy's got delicious eggs, fresh meat. This guy's got everything we want. We're buying every bit of food we can. Sell a gold ring? Sure. Sell that ring. Don't need it. Okay. We need food, not jewelry. So we are going straight across the bridge and then east. Right. By the way, I'm really fond of the soundtrack in this game. Right now it's kind of just like a drone, but there's been like some good beats and humming and like house music, I guess. I don't know. It's really nice to like have on the background and do other stuff too. It really like helps you concentrate in a way. I don't know. I like the music in this game.
Right now it's just atmospheric.
Yeah. So there's one of those great stairways to fucking nothing that's impossible. Love it. Love that. Hey. Let us barter. What do you have? A lockpick, rifle ammo,
What the
shells.
hell?
Don't worry about it. Okay. She only wants my needles, and I want those needles too. Alright, so let's visit Yulia. So Yulia is sold to us as like one of the only reasonable people, like somebody who's like totally like Daniel's cup of tea here. But there's a problem.
As the mind endeavors to reach one goal, the heart insensibly drags us towards another.
I seem to have lost any capacity for observation. My mind is out of tune. Things no longer add up. Before I had no trouble forming a trustworthy tessellation out of the most imperceptible contingencies. Now I can simply not get my head around it. Could it be that I am dying?
Jesus. It happens when people are tired. You probably haven't slept for a while, have you?
Oh no. Herba Trivinae is in blossom, I grant you, but then it blooms every year. Every year this steppe is filled with its stupefying vapors. The issue I am having, however, has nothing to do with fatigue or perplexity. It's just that I've lost my ability to make distinctive events coincide.
What herb is that?
No matter what preternatural traits the locals ascribe to it, Twire is all heady aroma, a bunch of superstitions and remarkably little else. It has psychoactive properties, after a fashion, but then so does simple wormwood. Visions caused by ingestion of belladonna or Jimson weed are much more fascinating than what Twire has to offer. So, as someone who's played a bit of this game before, I can explain Twire for you. So, they need to explain why Daniel and everyone else in town needs to, well, okay, first of all, gets exhausted way faster Like, because like the moment you start getting tired, your health starts dropping, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and you get tired quickly. It's the same with hunger. You get hungry quickly, and like the game like is basically ascribing lore to a mechanical reason for your character to get tired quicker and hungry and like starve faster than like somebody ordinarily would.
Okay. It's kind of the way they're describing a game mechanic, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's a pity I'm not a botanist.
This girl is a changeling. She's not the murderer.
So you traveled all the way here only to find that both people you wanted to see were brutally murdered? Is that how this story goes? I do hope your visit is not in any way related to these most unfortunate circumstances. What the fuck is that last option? I always forget that's here.
I have to find whoever it is that killed Isidore and Simon, and I wanted to ask for your help. Sabrov told me you have a gift for all manner of investigative inquiry.
I am certainly no better investigator than you. I've never had a chance to search for a murderer before. The best I can offer is to fill in the blanks with whatever mysterious supernatural entities seem most fitting. Shabanacadir is the simple man's scarecrow. I would have followed a different narrative.
Man, you get super caught up on a word there. What kind of narrative? Consider the circumstances of his death. They said Simon had locked himself up in the evening and consequently died in the morning inside the mansion, in a chamber with some peculiar name.
In this case, I would suggest that Simon was poisoned. By the Canes, I would have thought, but I know their family all too well. Their mutual loyalty is only rivaled by their arrogance towards anyone who is not one of them. They hold the princely sage who stands at the head of their family in highest esteem. They believe that a single dishonorable act will tarnish their name for generations to come. I highly doubt any of them would stoop to this, no matter whether they wanted to or not.
Poisoned? How did you arrive at that conclusion?
I don't believe you understand what "he died in focus" really implies. Do you know what the Canes refer to as focus? You don't seem to grasp the semantics of the term. These are the Canes for you. These kinds of innuendos are their forte.
Like those innuendos. Well, what is this focus then?
The focus is anything but an abstraction. Quite the opposite, in fact. It is governed by mathematically rigid regularities. You see, no one but the owner of a focus may get inside. This can only mean that Simon had brought the killer with him, or rather within him, since no physical object may be brought into the focus either.
How do you know that?
Who doesn't? The Canes are notoriously passionate about all manner of synthetic anomalies. They will never pass up the opportunity to devise a Kunststück that will allow them to warp space, challenge physics, or manipulate optics. Metaphysically, a focus can't be compared to a camera obscura. Do note that the name is not unfitting. No, it's entirely impossible for someone to get inside.
Jesus Christ.
So, what I'm getting out of this is the Canes have some ability to enter. Think of it like the Sherlock with Bendy Dick, Cumberbund, that Bandersnatch. That he enters his mind palace. The focus, I think, is kind of like a mind palace in the fiction of that show. Like, I don't know if it's like a fucking pocket dimension, like where you just like retreat inside of yourself for a little bit.
Okay, so before we go any further, I gotta ask this one question: is this game really gonna go bonkers with like all the sci-fis and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure how much do I have to limit on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're already in it, man. We got clairvoyance, we got mind palaces, we have some kind of step demon man eater, we have a playable character available to us who is known as the Changeling.
Right. It's just that sometimes like these kind of media, like sometimes they kind of gently tap onto those, or sometimes they go real deep and make their own sci-fi logic and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, man, we're already in it, man. We're up to our knees at least.
Curious conclusion, but an incorrect one. Simon was disfigured and bleeding. His bones were broken.
So he retreated into his mind palace and then like got kicked out of it, and he was like basically like he took a bad wrestling bump. All of his bones were broken, man.
I don't know if you want me making these choices. I'm probably going to be making the same choices I did in the last stream.
You're doing fine so far. Is that so? Well, this does introduce a different perspective. Did you say Isidore was the last person to see Simon? The question is, who did he see before? The sun had not yet set when Isidore returned from the steppe. However, he came to Simon well after midnight. The question naturally arises, where did he spend the missing few hours?
That is why I'm trying to trace Isidore's steps. I want to walk the same route. Don't get me wrong, though.
Was Isidore seen by Sabrov, with Sabrov by chance?
But that's something we were.
He was.
About.
Yes, he was.
All right, he was. He warned Sabrov of an upcoming storm.
All right, let me suggest then that while he was in the steppe, he saw or learned something that he wanted to report to all three ruling families. In this case, either of the Olgimsky family should have been on his itinerary, especially since Barack was one of their own men.
Really?
Definitely. The Bull Project, from the abattoir to the railway, is controlled by the Olgimsky family. If Isidore's discovery had anything to do with the kin, Isidore would have certainly related to Vlad. So, do make sure to pay a visit to the Lump. That is the name of the Olgimsky mansion. Another fitting name, wouldn't you agree?
Names of these fucking places. Thank you, Yulia. What would I do without you?
Okay, so we can now visit the Lump.
That looks like a hairy penis on the map.
Oh yeah, that's what I call. That's what I call the Lump. Okay, let's. Jesus Christ! I doubt I can do it on my own. Please tell me plain and simple. What do you make of all this? So I've heard a wisecrack I know that says that while you were trying to complete the portrait of the killer is busy painting yours. Love that line. Hilarious, is it not? The hunter becomes a hunted. However, to put it bluntly, you have become the keynote of this particular plot. The intrigue is so rich it will keep you busy for a week, if not longer than that.
What would you do if it were me?
If you want my advice, I wouldn't trust what our feudals tell you. The perpetual triangle of influence means that every party concerned will do their best to use your authority to their own benefit.
Not that conceited. Perhaps people of lower standing would not try to use me.
It is more likely that people of such standing will be too scared to cooperate. Given your position, you might want to try your luck with the shadow cabinet of local nobility, the women of influence. They know much more than the simple townsfolk, yet they care much less than the families in power.
Who are these lady aristocrats?
Lady aristocrats. Such a way of saying it will be irrelevant strictly within the specific context of rules and perception characteristic of a backwards hole like ours. The catch is the aristocracy is not defined by the birth rate here. Rather, the status is granted by the degree of enigmatic fascination that a woman is possessed of. God damn it, Yulia. Questionable background. Audacity of demeanor. You know, this whole assortment.
Do tell me who these affluent ladies are.
Laura, Eva, yours truly, and last but not least, Maria. I wouldn't listen to Katerina if I were you. Her morphine habit has turned her into a walking corpse. The others, however, are liable to deceive. You don't like being lied to, do you?
I can't stand it. It's better to die than to lie.
I see. Perhaps you like being played with, then?
See. Even less so.
In this case, Maria seems to be your best bet. She's too arrogant to lie and too respectful to dare play with you. You should value the affection of someone this proud. But I digress. What is your intended course of action?
I gotta read these fucking options, Christ.
Yeah, that was the thing happened for me. I have to like read them first, like which one. Oh, and then I got to read it out loud.
That's cool, man.
I need to think, if you please. I will ask more questions if something else crosses my mind, especially since you are one of the lady aristocrats.
This girl is a changeling.
Yeah, there's more fucking dialogue.
It just keeps going.
There's more.
Okay, do you have any relevant experience? Do you know how a murderer may be found?
killers is the duty of law enforcement officers. I am willing to assist them in any way I can.
Incidentally, it is more than possible that the killer is hiding in the house of Anna Angel, a thespian of sorts. Now, here is a woman worthy of attention. In fact, I heard some ghastly man covered in blood was seen entering her house today.
How do you know this?
The town is a small place, Bachelor. The wind carries rumors with falling leaves, mixing birds' feathers with emotions. We all know one another so well here that we are sometimes able to hear each other's thoughts. A family trait, if you will. But that being said, I doubt the man in Anna's house is the real killer.
Where does this Anna live?
She lives in a mansion that once belonged to a family of exiles whose political views led them to a far-out town like ours. Because of some ill-conceived sense of camaraderie, they were happy to give shelter to a runaway actress. As soon as she told them that she was persecuted by the powers that be, a few years later they died, suspiciously if you ask me, leaving Willow Mellow, their daughter, in the care of their companion. Willow died soon after.
Mysteriously?
They all died of natural causes, allegedly, even though Willow was buried in a tightly closed coffin. The body was examined by Isidore Barak, however, and he's not a man who would cover up such a crime. Anyway, you would do good to take a look at the house yourself. The mansion is known as the Willows. It stands by the gullet in Earth.
Anna, huh? Well, I'll get to know her.
Okay, we got Anna's house.
I should let some fresh.
Can you tell me about Laura? I'd rather not speak on the matter. You will know Laura well enough as soon as you meet her. My relationship with her is complicated.
I don't want to explore that further, but why is that?
They say that Laura is an angel, an epitome of benevolence and compassion. She sees everyone as a friend. She's too eager to help, too happy to oblige. After her father died, she turned the Ravel mansion into the most hospitable and heartwarming place in town. Long story short, Laura is believed to be the kindest woman of us all. However,
that's not true.
She's a woman devastated by grief. All the gifts that she's so happy to give away are, fundamentally, offerings to a dead person. She favors the living with something the dead have no use for.
Who is the addressee?
Could it be your late father? It's merely speculation, though, something I was able to conjecture from what observations I made.
Laura is no angel.
Her philanthropy is almost reprehensible. She pities everyone she comes across, for she knows that they will all die just like her dearly departed. She sees a corpse in everyone she looks upon. I can't say I appreciate it, but that being said, she will certainly be of great help to you and your inquiry. I see.
I'm afraid it's...
Do you like Eva Yan? Very much. It wouldn't be much of a stress to say I absolutely admire her.
Yeah, same here. Have you met this person?
Yeah, we live with her. Okay, alright, we're done with her. So she opened up all the side quests to us. We have side quests, and they are all available now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So who is nearby? Let's go ahead and get Laura out of the way. What you got? Bullets. Nice. Okay.
High school children running around with ammunition in their pockets.
Yeah. What do you got? Bullets.
On the market for bullets these days?
Not yet. A little bit soon to buy ammo. Lady, where's your entrance? Okay, here it is. Alright, none of these people say anything. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Hi, Laura.
Was it a month ago? I can't remember.
You are the person who came to Maria Cana in a dream. I recognized you straight away. My name is Lara Ravel, and this is the shelter. You are always welcome here.
My name is Daniil Denskovsky.
Let's be friends now. I prefer being friends with everyone.
You always have guests, but your face looks sad.
Well, yes, I am the mistress of this house, after all, but that doesn't mean I'm a mistress, capital M, mind you, not with a capital M. I won't ever become one, but I can also serve people to the best of my ability.
Who are you talking about?
Everyone who sits at this table, see, they're all trying to be mysterious, but in reality, every action we take is a mere consequence of a deep wound. Our words are like the drops of blood seeping from it. Sorrow is what opens people up fully.
Oh, jeez. You are a poet.
I'm just in a melancholic mood. We are way too used to playing the game of tragic predictions. I'm trying to arrange everything back to order.
Oh, right. It's like a card game, Tragic Predictions.
Yeah, okay. I would be happy to help you if I can.
No.
Yeah.
All right. I know that you're a doctor. A wonderful one at that. A celebrity medic. Everyone in our town knew that a famous doctor was coming here. I'm very glad you really have, because I want you to do a certain good thing. Can I ask a favor of you?
Please do.
A few years ago, the child death rate went through the roof here. 6 people died in a week. 10 or so came down with a serious illness. It made us worried, but unfortunately we couldn't find the cause straight away back then. In the end, it turned out that children were dying because of a game.
What in the world? What kind of a game kills children?
They were playing, what did they call it? Some kind of medical game. They were stealing medicine from the adults and making some diabolical mixture out of it. They healed each other with it. Back then, the game just faded into obscurity, but now I've heard they were contemplating doing it again. Someone's already been poisoned.
What for?
I tried to ask the kids, but they don't trust us. They want to put an end to this dangerous game because we are mean and stupid adults that simply don't get it. So your arrival is coming very handy.
Thankfully not a stupid adult. Do you want me to play with them and gain their trust? That's no simple feat.
No, it's much simpler. There is a house somewhere in the town, either abandoned or just unoccupied. That is where they play hospital. That's where they store their horrible mixtures. Please use your standing and celebrity name to put an end to this game. Capella, Ogimski's daughter, believes that the house will be unlocked today.
I'll do my best, of course. How can I find the house?
Capella mentioned it's next to one of the ruins. My friend couldn't hear them properly, but have you seen the stone stairways to heaven? I think you might even be able to see the house you're looking for from Eva Yan's window, but most importantly, it should be unlocked.
Do people around here ever leave their doors unlocked?
In exceptional cases or emergencies, yes, we do. But generally, houses are supposed to be locked up, because they're occupied by several families. People aren't that scared of losing their own belongings, but they care about their neighbors. And now everyone's so afraid of the man-eater. Of course everything's locked.
In that case, it won't be too hard to find, especially once you mark it on my map.
I think I'm...
Oh no, this is something we have to figure out.
Well,
I know where it is.
I need to pick up the caviar there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to gain the trust of school children who exchange rounds of ammunition with one another.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to the Olgimskis next to continue the main quest for now. So how you doing, Hesper? You doing all right?
Yeah.
No, you're G here, and I'm talking to Hesper in chat.
Damn. Is that how it's gonna be?
Shouldn't discourage dialogue.
He's doing just fine. Okay, how are you, Ji-Hoon?
I was fine until you told me you don't care about.
I see.
I see.
I see.
I'm doing my best to be doing better, Hesper. For anybody who might not be in the know, I all but officially have the Omicron variant of COVID.
No.
We're all just very sleepy and lethargic here at the house. I filled up all my water bottles. Water is not for drinking in this game. Instead, we give them to town drunks, and they give us bandages in return. Actually, here's a town drunk right now. How many do I have? Oh, damn, 14. Get over here, buddy.
Are they gonna be dirty bandages or good ones?
Oh, we don't even fucking have anything. Fuck you.
Are like some of these NPCs just kind of like almost no-named NPCs, or does everybody have like set routes and shit like that?
Those guys are no names. Okay, Big Vlad, what's up, dude?
I won't believe in some
You take over, Jihoon.
earthen killer.
Oh no.
Bachelor Dunkovsky, of course. Who else could be so dapper? I've heard quite a lot about you. Have you taken a look around? Be sure to check the state of industry around here. We have our own ways.
How curious. And what is the current state of your industry?
Come now, it's a complicated establishment with 1,000 years of history. A special approach is required to control such a colossus. See where I'm getting at, emissary?
I guess.
Number 2.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, because I wasn't sure like what exactly each answer means. But no, such business always leave room for improvement.
I can see we're not really seeing eye to eye. The project is special, very special. That means common standards do not apply here. That would be very naive.
I don't want to dismiss them.
You are probably right. Okay, yes, getting everything back on track won't be an easy task.
With the Persona games, you just want to say what the people want to hear.
Yeah.
Social makeup.
Yeah.
I'd like to inquire about the fate of my colleague, Ishidor Barak. About the man on his staff, to be precise.
It's a Dory-senpai.
What are you implying? What is this manner you're talking about? Be so kind as to mind your own manners. I had nothing to do with it. Don't they say Isidore was murdered by a step demon, a Shabnak Adir? There was that thingy, a talon they fished out from the wound.
What are you doing, step demon?
He's describing something the way I do all the time. Thingy.
That's gonna be my the next stream's title.
Which one?
What are you doing, step demon?
I can't believe you guys haven't made that joke yet. Right. Oh, demon. Why didn't I think of this straight away? It was so obvious. I seriously cannot tell if he's actually saying that it like agreeing or sarcastic. Yeah, I cannot tell.
Yeah, sarcasm. No need to put on airs. Like you know life. Scarcely off the train and full of scorn already. Oh, I know these big city manners full well, yet the capital is 1,000 versts away, and it's like any other decently civilized place, if you catch my drift. And you didn't let me finish.
Alright, I apologize for sarcasm. Is your money where your mouth is then?
It's hard for you to believe, isn't it? It used to be hard for many. Take my boy, for example, a scoffer if I've ever seen one, and now even he believes it's real. He went off his head a bit. You're in the steppe now, esteemed sir. Eastern and backwards, the dead rise from their graves here. Clay dummies dance, and bulls talk.
And how do we catch this creature? There must be a way, right?
I want to make sure we catch information about his son, so I'm going to choose the first answer. Does he know the step well, that son of yours? He rubs elbows with the rabble, the butchers, the Odenog, the shepherds, and gatherers, learns their tongue, collects their legends. He doesn't keep them in check at all. They even dare to come visit him with the premises of the town. If you see a worm creeping through the streets, he's definitely looking for my son.
What's wrong with them visiting him within the premise of the town?
They're dangerous, they're aggressive, and they hate everyone who isn't a step person. They'll jump you and kill you on the spot. They'll tear you up with their teeth and devour your flesh while you're still throwing fists at them. So if they're spotted within the town, countermeasures are taken.
These are the kind of people I remember from the other game. They seem like fine folk.
Yeah.
Just, little different cultural norms. That's all.
Well, everybody in town has their own, opinions of different parts of this,
So your son knows who the murderer is. Perhaps you haven't even given shelter to them.
We did stab the only worm we've met so far in this game to death with a scalpel. We did do that. We've only met one and we stabbed him to death.
Well, he was coming right at us. Self-defense.
Hold your horses. You want to talk to my blockhead? No, you'll have nothing to talk about. He's not here, thankfully. I don't want you two to meet. You heard me? Those are tradesmen's words, and I'll stick to them.
I won't leave it like that.
Does he have others? Okay, how do you think Simon died? I don't think he was murdered. How could he who craved monocracy not perish? He couldn't. Not in this place. Balance requires equilibrium.
So what you're saying is Simon's death worked in the favor of local hotshots, huh?
Come now. What I'm saying is when someone takes too much upon themselves, they always end up ground down. That's how life works.
If they say Simon was the one who bent the circumstances, not the other way around, no one seems to doubt that.
Simon has lived a very long life. Very long. He was a worthy man, but that does not mean... But long doesn't mean eternal, does it? No one is to blame for his death. Examine the body. You'll see for yourself. It just happened.
Hey, won't let me examine the body.
Well, that is temporary, a family tradition. He's not lying to you. He truly believes Simon was murdered. Were he to admit that Simon simply died of death, he probably would have gone to his last home himself. The shock would have been too much for the man.
That's strange. George Lee Kane did not appear to be sentimental to me.
I wanted the second dialogue just because of IC.
Oh, I see.
So my Halifax is the Ripper? Funny.
Okay, so we have one last thing to make him talk about. Isidore came by to see you last night. Don't try to deny it. So what if he did?
Is first one basically bluff?
Kinda.
We go that way.
Yeah, I'm
roll for
almost...
bluff check.
Yeah. I hope our speech is high enough. I'm also aware of what you two have been talking about. All I want to know is why he left to see someone afterward.
Oh my, pray forgive me. So he wanted to bring me to heel. That traitor, that bastard. Well, he asked for what he asked for was for me to stop the factory. How could I not kick him out?
What were his reasons?
His reasons, huh? The bastard. He reasoned he'd pay a visit to my daughter. He knows full well how to pull my strings. Well, I told her to lock the door, so away he went, none the wiser. Oh, the bastard. He went to Simon, huh? Thank goodness my loafer of a son is hanging around somewhere, or else he could have...
What?
Huh? That my dear and respectable friend is none of your business. My property, like I said, is in order. See the skin and meat delivery report. Do you know how hard? No way. It's my domain, whether anyone rides or not, and I'll have my way with them.
I'll find everything out eventually.
Cool, okay. So we learned about his son. We learned that we can If we see a worm out in the streets, they're probably going to his son's place. But also they're murderous bastards. So we'll have to come prepared.
This is his perspective. Can't make this value judgment
Yeah.
without, knowing more.
Sure. Also, we learned that there's a riot in the Bull Project for some reason. I guess the Termitary or whatever. So let us see what's waiting for us out here. Oh look, what's that?
Oh no, he's coming at us. Easy.
Where you going, buddy?
All along.
Follow that suspicious monster.
He's not a monster. He's a man like you or I.
You're right. I should not discriminate based on their appearance. How foolish of me.
Thank you.
Hey, you got bandages? Thank you, sir. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Uh-oh. Your health is getting pretty low.
I hope you're safe.
You just start eating some food you find in trash cans.
Oh, food doesn't heal you.
No.
Who lives without folly is not so wise as he thinks.
Vlad the Younger.
I like his name.
Yeah.
So Vlad the Younger.
So you found me here? Oh, well, I'm not surprised. I suppose you're not surprised by the fact that everyone knows about you, either. The rumor of your arrival spread like fire. So why have you come?
I have come to bargain. Dormammu. I'm just kidding.
There was a peculiar incident yesterday by the spleen. The children were playing in the mud as usual, but then suddenly they ran away from the sandbox and their parents noticed that their hands were smothered in blood. However, none of them were wounded. Neither were any of them surprised.
Let me read that thing again.
It's the solution to the puzzle.
Yeah. So what's the solution to the puzzle?
I don't want to solve it myself. Solve it for me.
When the worried adults came to the place where the children had been playing, they found nothing unusual there, only sticks and stones. What do you make of it?
Ah, nothing special. They probably took out of that cat.
Nice to meet a person of a skeptical mind. I am Vladislav Logimsky, the younger one, of course. And you are, of course, Daniil Denkovsky.
Oh, he can read the dialogue boxes the same way we can read his.
Yeah.
We have a little face with our name underneath it for him.
Nice. Yes, that is me.
Katerina thinks Claire is a messenger from heaven. Yeah, right.
Bachelor, I have some news for you that should prove to be of interest. You seem to be looking for the killer, right?
I'm listening.
I'll have to briefly explain a few things to you. Have you already been told what the termitary is? I would like to hear you describe it. The termitary is a huge bunkhouse where the Bull Project workers live. Although living is the wrong term for it. They nest. They're nesting as a commune with a rather simple way of life. It could, without reservation, be called savage.
Well, what is the Bull Project?
It is the whole industrial system of the town, from the abattoir to the goods station. Would you care to listen to as to why I wanted to see you in the first place?
Very much so. Please go ahead.
Let's get to the point then. A case of pointlessness, aimless unrest has occurred in that hive mind's nest. The workers there are prone to lashing out from time to time like beasts frightened by a storm. They rage, they howl, they gnaw at one another, an unsightly image of a mass uprising.
What does this have to do with Simon's murder?
Riots occurred in the dormitory several times before. The mob goes crazy for a few days. Then they calm down just as unexpectedly, all of them at once. The sudden calm is just as void of reason as the unrest had set them agog previously. Having certain experience with the kin, we simply block the entrance to the zoo off until the riot defeats itself.
What is this kin?
The kin is, well, doesn't matter. It's hard to explain. Their whole so-called society, the many-headed biology.
Very well. Let's get back to the subject.
We usually lock them up beforehand, but the evidence of the upcoming outbreak of mass lunacy becomes obvious in advance, and the dormitory's Father Superior informs us of it. But Father Tai Cheek has recently passed. A curious coincidence, don't you think? Mass anarchy. Anyway, a member of the kin managed to run off into the town while we were busy taking measures.
You think he's the killer?
Thank you, and I think you and I can help each other, Doctor. You were looking for the killer, and I am sure it's a runaway butcher. The title of a half-man suits him very nicely. The Canes claim that Simon had not been killed by a human hand, don't they? And her family doesn't need unnecessary unrest in the town. This butcher can babble devil knows what. His mind is most likely clouded with insane ideas.
Why is your family so concerned about public order?
Because we are rulers. It has nothing to do with charity, trust me. We are in charge of production, after all. If the unrest becomes serious, the factories will stop, the project will start failing, and we have contracts. We will lose money. I'm surprised I have to explain this to you. Where do I look for this runaway butcher? He is most likely being harbored in a suspicious house. That's in the crude sprawl. Yes, my father is a man of rather hard-handed disposition, and quick-tempered to boot. If he finds out the crude sprawl is concealing a fugitive, he will make a mess. Pointless brutality serves no one. I'm looking for peace rather than blood, I'm telling you.
Man, you didn't even give me a time to read the choices earlier.
I'll do my best to make sure you're right. Show me the house.
And you did again. Damn.
What do you think of Simon's death? Okay, it is known that Simon had limited social activity just before his departure. He only received 2 visitors. I know nothing of the first, but the second was none other than Isidore Barak. In fact, he was killed the same night. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Really makes you think.
Really makes you think.
Doesn't it? The killer took out witnesses?
Or an accomplice. Isidore is a complicated man. Have I told you about his position in the kin? He used to be a very well-respected person there, and I can't say everyone liked it.
Why would a doctor kill someone?
Isidore wasn't a doctor, he was more of a herbalist. He never studied medicine. All his recipes were about plants and roots, so to speak. He was knowledgeable, true, a sorcerer, if you will, but a very different one than Simon, an earthen sorcerer.
Oh my god, he's one of those Facebook scientists. Drink this herbal drink. Get the hell.
And the only answer that you're given is fucking wrong because we've already heard Simon be called a sorcerer before by Eva Yan.
Yeah, I never heard that Simon used to be a sorcerer before.
Simon was a theurgist. Isidore was a witch doctor.
Very,
I want to, my heart says second one, but my brain says first one. And you think Isidore the witch doctor has managed to achieve the unachievable? A possibility, but rather questionable.
Is there anything else?
Katerina thinks Claire is
okay. Vlad, now tell me, did Isidore visit you last night? Tell me the truth, please. Yes, Isidore did pay me a visit, but don't ask what we talked about. I have no right to share that with you.
That's because that would make you betray your father, isn't it?
Okay, so you got mad when I just like bulldozed over you. So, right, I'm going to ask you one more question now, and your answer will determine whether you and I become friends or enemies. Well then, I'd rather be your friend. Go ahead. What did
Did you
you
tell?
talk about? Tell me the truth, please.
Tell me the
Sorry.
truth.
Isidore said, note that I'm merely retelling it secondhand, he said that there's an epidemic in the steppe camps, an outbreak of tarbagan sickness, perhaps. The plague, that is. Father had issued an order to lock the termitary up to prevent the infection from getting in.
And what are you so afraid of that you would conceal this? I don't understand. You did the right thing.
There is an underlying sensitive family matter here. To cut a long story short, my father would kill me if he found out about this conversation. The unrest in the termitary, you see. Well, I incited it to make father lock it up. He didn't believe Isidore.
What do you think was the cause of Simon Kane's death? Especially taking into account the fact that each of the burglar had been his last visitor.
We need to warn Reuben. It's very urgent. He's about to examine Simon as soon as the period of time required by the Canes passes. But where is he? I have no idea.
Where is he staying?
I don't know. There is a secret dissecting room in one of the warehouses, but no one knows where exactly. He used to live mostly in the steppe, sometimes sleeping in the termitary or at Lara Ravel's shelter, but he's not there. I know that for sure. He went away to mourn his master. What would you have done if you were him? And I know the answer to this. I'd wait for him at the Canes. It's simple. Cool. And that gives us the note we need. So we are done with him. Dude's got a well in his house. That's weird.
You gotta get thirsty.
No, he's controlling the whole village's water flow. He poisoned the well.
Something funky in there. Go to the hairy dick.
Okay, so I have some order of operations I'm trying to come up with. So I actually want to go to Aspidy's house, and then the Willows. Well, no, and then Alexander, then the Willows, I think. Or no, hold on, no. Here, and then it'll be Graveyard. Yeah, okay. Wait, fuck, which? This way. I'm going to be doing a lot of walking. You guys have any questions so far?
I'm too lost.
Keep it going.
So
I'm too lost to even ask questions.
So the we got a first mention of the plague. So we Isidore warned the Olgimskis that someone died of the plague and that he probably had it, and he visited Simon, and Simon and Isidore probably both died due to the plague. Okay, so I need to go like up and around. Give me that water. Oh my god. Too thick. Too thick. A pocket watch.
Appreciate games that have like menu music playing when you check the menu.
Oh yeah.
Classic is Final Fantasy, original Final Fantasy, and then SMT5, which you've been bringing up.
God, that music's so fucking good.
Oh, so you are liking the soundtrack in that?
Yeah, I was saying that. The soundtrack's so fucking good.
Really good. I'm interested in your opinions once you've reached the end of the game as far as the overall story. Because I know that's most people's overall negative is with that. But I feel like the gameplay and the score and everything is really solid in that game.
Well, I am able to say that I've never completed a mainline Shin Megami Tensei game. So if I complete 5
Oh,
first, I would have nothing to compare it to, essentially. Like, overarching story. So I still have 3 that I'm also kind of working on in tandem. I kind of ended
Hey,
up with
took a
too many
pause.
games at once. Yeah, I took a pause.
Okay.
I am almost finished close to finishing the Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon.
Damn, you're so far ahead of me now.
It was just 0.
Yeah, it's string.
Yeah, get that string out of my face. Nobody wants to see that.
So honestly, at this point, I mean, other than the extra dungeon, I'm practically finished with the game, and I can safely say that as much as I want, like, all like my quote unquote review is that it's still a Yakuza game in a sense, like it's fun but quirky, but not perfect.
Dude,
Uh,
same.
I mean, honestly, the RPG part of it, I wish they could have done a lot better. They're definitely ambitious, but like there's some part of it is like, man, did they really have to do it like this?
Just kind of a letdown.
Like, especially the battle part. There's also personal preference, but battle for first of all, battle, the characters are moving, and then some attack are like area attack. But what's the point of area attack? The moment you hit the X to execute it, the enemies are walking around in a different direction.
So this is probably Andrew's favorite
It's better
character.
not to ask.
Yeah, I hated this guy.
Silence. Yes.
Aspity is a lady. Do you know where to find clean water around here?
Since she's my favorite character, I'll take over for this one. You're one of
You
the
are one of
locals.
the.
I'm visiting this place for the first time.
And
I'm
so
taking
I
this.
and so I know where to find water. I'm just curious if you do.
What's wrong with running water?
Hello, Potato. How was your dinner? We got the mirror scream. I don't know if you had the stream open.
Oh yeah.
It's going pretty good. We're about to murder a guy. Spoilers, I guess. Cool. Okay, so what was your answer, Andrew?
First
First
one.
one.
All that water comes from the steppe, and it isn't exactly clean. Yesterday, I inspected all the springs in the area. There seems to be no more clean water around. That salty taste is everywhere. It's reddish in color, and there are disgusting clots in it.
Where can I find clean water then?
The townsfolk store clean water in homemade reservoirs. This modest supply should be enough to help us last a little while, but afterwards we'll have to drink that bloody mixture.
How disgusting.
Why is the termitary so loud? What are
I
they
drew a homie.
celebrating?
What do you want, I wonder?
There's a runaway hiding here. Take me to him.
Why would I?
He's in danger. I'm here to help.
I need to ask him a few questions.
Ah,
He's a butcher. He won't talk to you. You wouldn't understand him. He's been here for more than a day, but even I can't get him to talk. It is I who would rather tell you something.
what do you want to tell me?
Big Vlad has plugged the termitary up for a reason. The butcher's mumbling is all over the place, but if you listen carefully, you'll make out tales of such horrors that I get shivers all over. Thousands of people have lost their minds there. Many have died. Something's brewing inside.
Take me to the butcher. I'll interrogate him personally.
Are you sure? Have you forgotten that he's crazed? If you think he'll communicate with you, you are mistaken. They aren't great talkers anyway. They can only howl, growl, and bawl when they're under a spell.
I can hold my own.
Go then. The butcher's in the hospice. The entrance is at the other side of the house. Don't come back here complaining afterwards, though.
I'll deal with it. Let me put
Cool.
some sunglasses on.
Yep. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to the door and drop a save. You know what time it is. I told you before that we would have one more like kind of quasi battle, but this is gonna be over pretty quickly.
You got a gun.
Yeah.
He's got a gun.
Just shoot him to death.
Just tell them it was self-defense.
Hello, it's me, Revolver Ocelot. Hey, I'd like to ask you some questions.
I didn't even talk to the man.
That's right. Okay, so now Vlad the Younger is gonna give me like thousands of rubles.
Sweet.
I'm a doctor. I help people. I heal them. You know, one of the oaths that I took on when I became a Bachelor of Medicine was do no harm, right? And that's what we're doing. We're just maintaining our oaths. We're not doing any harm. We're pacifists. Like, it's for the good of the town, okay? So his house is over here. Because we need money to buy food. We need food to survive. If we die and the plague happens, they need us, right? Because then the whole town will die. So it's really, that guy or the whole town. That's how you have to look at it. But let's go shopping. Hey, man.
You guys. Oh.
Dried meat. Delicious
Oh,
egg.
it's just great.
Delicious egg.
You guys are looking for the game stuff's NFT.
No.
Can't get enough of these NFTs.
So good that even the Square Enix is thinking about it.
Can we talk about anything else?
I really love to not to talk about that shit, but it's so how bad that thing is gonna affect a lot. I'm so we can't help but to talk about it.
I had to process a piss bottle this week.
The what bottle?
There's a bottle that was full of piss.
Was he Amazon worker?
Circumstances required. Well, I don't know if required. Someone chose to. But when I processed it, most of the piss was gone, thankfully.
What, did it evaporate?
I dumped it out of the scene.
Oh.
Why? That's evidence.
Not in the circumstances that it was collected.
So, alright. The pets are on. Was he a Amazon worker, FedEx worker, or UPS worker?
Andrew's not allowed to tell us, especially on stream, but it doesn't stop us from, asking each other, Jihoon and I. Let's speculate. So Amazon worker, right? And a bottle of piss was found at the scene of the crime. What was the crime, Jihoon?
Invent your own scenarios.
Okay, gotta be hit and run.
Wrong.
Okay.
Wait.
It's okay.
It is a wreck, though?
Huh? No.
No.
There was a vehicle.
Oh, okay.
What situation?
I don't really want to talk about what had me get called in today, so I'm not going to talk about that. All I can say about it is that the victim in the case had very much a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
It's over. The butcher is dead. That's the best news I've heard in the last few days. So it was him that killed Simon, right?
Whose turn is to me or
I'll take it.
So there's
I doubt that. He's too dumb for that. He was definitely insane and very dangerous.
Well, it's for the best. Now, I want you to listen to me, Doctor. I hold very much respect for you to offer a reward for this rather extraordinary service. So please accept this money as a donation from the town's rulers to you, a sign of our support for someone brave enough to commit to your difficult Task: capturing the killer is our direct duty. Please consider this sum to be the Olginski's contribution to our common cause.
No need for excuses. I was risking my life. You are compensating me for the risk. We are business people, after all. Give me the money.
Perfect. 3,000 rubles. That's so many eggs for today only. Save. So we're going to like immediately spend a bunch of this money on something that's not like super great for us, but maybe it'll help us out later.
You know. You possess knowledge of potential futures, which we lack.
So we are going to Anna Angel's house up there with our rubles, all of our rubles. Now, if you'll recall, I know there's been a lot of conversations and stuff. Anna Angel is the one who has a dead guy in her house.
Okay.
Rating the game.
What's up?
Okay, it sounded like it was raining in the game.
It is.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just say this one thing about that blockchain, and then I'll stop it for the day. So, no, it's not even the way what you're thinking. So, so technically I'm a contractor, right? So there's this guy in the office, but I guess I don't know if I can call him my coworker or something. But there's a IT guy, and he talks to me whenever he's bored, which I don't mind that. But whenever we talk about stuff, at some point he always asks me, "So what do you think about the redacted, the blockchain?" I'm like, he literally asks me that question every fucking time we talk about anything. I'm like close to blowing about it. Next time he actually say something, I mean, no, it's before that. I expressed how much I fucking hate blockchain, and he keep convincing, no, it's a good thing. This thing is different. Next time he asks me that stupid question again, I'm gonna tell him straight, dude, I've been telling you how much I hate that shit. So would you kindly stop asking about that shit? That's what I'm gonna tell him next time, because I am so fucking tired of him. It's almost borderline. He's borderline like MLM, multi-level marketing people. Like, how about this? It'll give you can make more money. Like, stop! Like, seriously, stop! I have zero interest in this shit.
Just be cordial when you do so, Ji-hoon.
My hair is
Yeah.
and coming out.
Oh, that is really too much. Who the hell are you? Why have you donned this dreadful outfit?
Bitch, I dress nice.
Ooh, gotta come on to her with the second one.
Oh yeah. This is precisely the question I was gonna ask you.
I'm Anna Angel. You might have heard of me already. Oh, I used to be a famous singer. You can't even imagine the stages I used to be a star of.
Try me.
Well, I used to play on tour mostly. They could have forgotten me in the capital by now. But that's not important now anyway. I will probably die today. You see what happened?
What happened? Tell me.
Everything's horrible. You came to, after me, right?
Okay, before I continue, I just gotta point out, like, why is it the character model and the portrait thing is so different? It's not even close. It's like...
Yeah, I think the character portraits are added last minute, and they are just photos of the developers and friends of theirs.
Oh, okay, I thought it was the other way around. Like, the portrait first and the model later, and it's somewhere in between. Something messed up, but okay.
Or even like with the options, like that first one is what I was gonna say just in my mind with what you just said to us.
Oh, I kind of skipped over it, but there's a dead guy, right? Like, I'm basically standing on a corpse, talking to her.
Of course not. How could you think something like that?
When you look her in the eye, just kind of opens up.
So that man, he's like dead, right?
Double dead?
Okay, what the fuck is that third line? Is it actually a proper sentence?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's really a proper sentence. It ends with a preposition.
Okay, or is it? Okay, I didn't think that you could reply like that. Okay.
The English
He's-
language, you can reply whatever way you want.
Yeah, you'll find many creative expressions of the English language playing this game.
Okay, I never.
You've already seen some.
I never thought like, you know, the word I guess guest would be replaced with guest. Is that? Yes. It doesn't take a doctor to see that.
No, by guest he means the dead guy he's standing on.
Oh, that's what he meant. Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, that's why I got confused. Like, you see, that's why if he was using like different phrase or something like that.
Yeah.
That's context. Context is everything for sure.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just got so enraptured in your anger at NFTs that I just kind of skipped over the dead guy on the ground. I'm sorry. We'll make sure to look at it after we're done talking to Anna Angel. Oh, I was so scared. He barged in here all bloody. I thought he was sent here, but he didn't try to attack me. Oh, just look at those hideous wounds. It was like he was cut with precision to mangle the body as much as possible. Who would do something like this?
An experienced surgeon. Someone who knows anatomy. His sinews are cut.
He was mumbling something to that extent. There's this hunt for Simon Kane's murderer going on, right? Well, they mistook this guy for the culprit, even though he was actually a hunter, not a huntee. It was Simon's murderer that wounded him so horribly, wasn't it?
What do you think this man himself is not the murderer?
He should be taken to the morgue. There's a good chance he'll be identified there.
Damn,
We don't have a morgue in the town. When someone dies, a small service is held, and they're buried by the family. That's the local tradition. Oh, and there's been no murder since I moved here. It's just so horrible. And this is how it's going to go now. Whatever happens to us.
So what are you gonna do now?
Just don't you call anyone here, okay? Please, I'm begging you. If they find a dead man in the house... It's hard to explain, but I promise I'll do so later, when we have the time. I didn't kill him, I swear, and I couldn't have mutilated him so horrendously.
I'm not saying you're guilty at all. Whatever even gave you that idea.
Oh, many people would be more than happy to accredit his blood to my hands. They just need an excuse, a chance to grab me by the arm, and then they'll twist it so hard I'll even confess. Just help me bury him, will you? I can see a spark of kindness in you. Go to the cemetery. Tell the caretaker there's someone less than living in my house.
And the caretaker won't go about asking unnecessary questions.
She isn't much of a talker. People even used to think she was mute. But she's so kind, a true angel. Some people would gladly die to be taken care of by someone like her.
Is she underage or something?
Since the old caretaker died, another dark story, huh? Anyway, his daughter is the one who's taking care of the cemetery now. Name's Grace. She'll see to this dead man as though he was still alive and kicking. Figuratively, of course. Okay, Anna, I'll help you get rid of the body. No questions asked. And I'm expecting to hear an enthralling story afterwards. Okay.
I'll be friends with everyone.
That's right. We're going to be friends with everybody. And she marks where the cemetery is.
Where's the dead body?
Oh, right. Yeah, dead body. Hello. Woo.
So okay. This is a fun would everybody run? Okay.
Meow.
Whoa, that actually just gets fucking spooky.
I'm going to unlock the ultimate persona by maxing all the social links.
Confidential, man. Confidant.
That little field, alright? I'm confident we'll get a good ending with Kevin at the helm.
I'm gonna try my best. I haven't actually successfully beaten this game yet.
Oh, wow.
So he's gonna... So he's gonna
after a certain point, I decided I really wanted to stream this. And by the way, I knew I wanted to stream this while we were playing Panzer Dragoon, so that's how long ago that was.
So Kevin's gonna be able to unlock the ultimate persona by befriending everybody in this
God,
town?
I hope so. So there's the bad ending, which is you failed to save the town from the plague. There's the good ending, where it's like you saved the town from the plague, and then there's the super ultimate, like you're the best perfect ending, which I'm not going to tell you anything about yet.
So when do you think is the right good time to pause, because it is on 9 o'clock? So.
Soon-ish. You have to go like right now. You're free to leave.
No, I'm just suggesting. I'm merely suggesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because
we might go a little bit longer because, damn, the reading took a lot longer than I thought.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah.
Like all streams.
Yeah, the reading took a bit more than I thought, but I think we're pretty close to getting everything done that we need.
Okay. If anything, I could just pretend I fall asleep and leave.
Yeah. What do you need, kind sir?
What are you buying? I'm just kidding. I'm looking for Grace. Where is she?
Ah, the caretaker's gal. No grace around here, as you can see. The place is completely graceless. So what's your business with her, eh?
What?
I need to bury a man without unnecessary fuss.
I was like trying to understand what the second line was.
Makes sense. Loads of sense. Putting someone 6 feet under without any roaring thunder. The process demands meticulousness, kind sir. You know that? How long since the stiff's gone stiff?
I have no
bizarre
idea.
question.
Oh, we split it up.
You bring 2,000 here, good sir, and we'll bury the devil himself and sing a pretty tune for you to boot. I gotta put even the shabnaka deer back in the ground for 2,000. The sun ain't pretty, I know, but the times ain't killer on the looks either. I can show the kind sir a way out, by the way. Well, you're a big city man. I can feel it versed away. Your equipment would cost a fortune in our shops. The poor morons that give you their souls for it, they'll buy all kinds of crap anyway. They got loads of money saved up right now. Well, with the train coming soon and all. But them folks are addicted to not starving. They're gradually selling their stuff. You'll become a rich man in a few hours if you play your cards right. Like hell I will. Take the cash. The dead man is in Anna the Singer's house. Kaboom. All those 2,000 out of 3,000 rubles gone. This way.
It's going towards a good cause.
Yeah, just burying some random body with no questions asked.
Exactly.
Oh, I guess we never found out who the guy was.
We're making another friend.
Yep. What is that, Jihoon?
I guess, did we ever find out what that dead guy was? Or what his business was?
We're gonna kind of learn that over the course of the game, but we have some the quest is taking kind of a turn because we learned of the existence of a plague, and our main quest is having us warn the other doctor in town, which we'll get around to pretty soon. It's gonna be like the last thing we do.
Thunderstorm and lightning, very, very frightening. Galileo Figaro. Magnifico. Honestly, that part is only way I could find out if my headphone is working or not. Right side, left side.
Honestly, I remember that song being used in a Cloud Stream video that I played 700 million years ago.
I like how all that stuff was made before the movie came out, and then we watched the movie, and it was completely ruined by those stupid videos. This is CNN.
I don't know about you about ruining, but I think it enhanced the experience. Oh,
damn, they work fast.
Oh, efficient. Yeah.
Whose child was crying there?
Oh, how can I thank you? I'd love to give you some sort of trinket as a token of my gratitude. A silver ring from your lovely finger would be more than enough. Then take it as a sign of my affection. Hold on, gotta be specific. No, wait, I've got a better idea. I'll give you several so that they affect you even more. These are not just any trinkets. Never forget that each one of them represents my feelings. I'll try. Look at all the shit she just gave us. So we got 1,000 rubles back and a whole bunch of fucking jewelry.
They just get one ring.
Okay, so we've done nearly all the side quests. We have one more thing to do, and it's down here. We don't need to go back there. Let me double check the quest log. Okay, that's done. That's done. Just that. Okay, so yeah, we gotta go southwest to one of those places. Yeah. So turn around. Hey man, you got bandages? I'm hurt. God damn it. Hey little girl, you got some other than bullets? God damn it. Oh yeah, I randomly picked up KOTOR 1 on the Switch. I'm very excited to play that whenever I have more time to play games. Like after SMT5, I guess. But I'm very excited. You boys still here? Did both of you fall asleep?
What?
Oh my god.
I actually partially fell asleep for a little bit at work.
Oh no. I did that once.
My head down to the desk. I almost passed out. Children only have ammunition and apparently lock breaking tools.
5. Alright, we got a lockpick. What time is it? Cool. I love the constant reminder of just like fucking bleeding out in the top right corner. Love it. I think it's the southernmost, nope, northernmost. But yeah, we're almost done, guys. So, this is the quest we got from Lara Ravel, the girl who runs the shelter. I know it was like hours ago now, but she was telling us about these kids experimenting with weird drugs in one of these houses, and we are here, well, in a meta sense, we are here to pick up these weird drugs because we want them. But our character doesn't know that yet.
You never know when you might need some. It's better to just have them than not, and not have them at all.
Hey, Secure the dog head. Oh man, I told him to escape straight away without tossing the coin.
Explain yourself, young man.
How are we supposed to find the Schmouters now? Do we seriously need to detain every little kid on the street? What do we barter with them for? We can't take the Schmouters by force. Bullying is against the rules. Khan would totally bite our heads off for that.
Schmouters, as in powders? What are you talking about?
Ooh, powders, powder schmouters. Schmouters are sanative mixtures. They were invented during the first outbreak. The original ones were made by Catchfly, but they were no good. The disease would pass, but the person would pass away along with it. But then Beaker's brothers made some nice ones. Crow's foots weren't too shabby, and neither were Flankies.
What is the first outbreak?
5 years ago, something really creepy happened in the crude sprawl. People fell sick one after the other, and rapidly, too. The whole district got infected in 24 hours, house after house. People would only burst into sickness like matches burst into flames. And then, like matches, they would burn from the inside. I was a little kid back then, only 6 years old, but I frequented the tower already.
And then what?
And then nothing. There were little to no casualties among the children. We were in the tower when it all began, but some kids just had to get out and make themselves busy with the whole outbreak business. Invent schmouters, for example, and it worked. It all went on for several days and then sort of withered all by itself, but the schmouters stayed.
Where are they?
Every single schmouter that we know of had been stashed away in a safe place here so that no one would poison themselves. But here we are. No schmouters.
Oh, jeez. How did it even cross your mind to play Epidemic?
Okay. Ooh, syringe. Hey, another guy. May I inquire into how you found this place, sir?
I'm investigating the murder of Simon Kane. You will answer my questions. Question 1. Who are you?
We're playing here, rehearsing actually. Also looking for something we need for the game. Nothing special, just some junk.
Try again, and try to be honest this time.
Yeah, well, it can't be fixed now anyway. Alright, I'll tell you, who knows, maybe you'll even be of help. The kids are in danger. We've come to get schmouters, but someone has already looted the cash. Maybe as Capella's doing? She probably distributed them amongst her minions, the pagan.
Capella, tell me about her.
Well, Capella is Capella. Even though she's our foe, we still respect her. She's luring kids out of the tower, trying to organize a sect of some kind, and they worship her, like for real. Well, that's understandable. She's the kind of girl that you could even fall in love with. Too bad she's not on our side. Of the river, that is. Pah! Pride is the downfall of everyone.
What you're saying is she's distributed the schmouters among the kids, right?
The little ones are playing Epidemic again. They wanted to get their hands on these damn schmouters so very much. So now we need to catch the kiddies. And I mean all the kiddies in town, one by one, and pry the schmouters from their hands. See, the common opinion is that schmouters can cure all kinds of ailments and stuff, but in truth, they're deadly.
What kind of game is that?
Well, a stupid kind, to be honest. So, sort of doctors and hospitals and stuff. Don't you know how preschoolers play?
Alright. So what about the schmouters?
An adult will be severely poisoned. They'll be bedridden for a week or so. And that's it. But it spells doom for little kids.
How are children supposed to cure themselves then?
Children? All children should come to our polyhedron. They'll be safe there.
Oh my god. Is that the
Uh-huh.
The polyhedron?
The specular tower on the other side of the river. There is no death, no grief, no boredom, and no disease there. That's proven for certain. Only dumbheads leave it voluntarily, if you ask me. You have to be an absolutely thick and heartless creature lacking any semblance of imagination to refuse something of the sort.
Alright, I get the general gist.
Cool.
Well,
Alright.
not like he's an idiot because he's not there.
Okay, so we just picked up a schmouter, a mix of randomly chosen drugs, mostly antibiotics. Those schmouters were created by children to play plague. The random recipe produced an unexpected result. The powder completely removes the effects of sand plague infection, but severely damages health. So, these are get out of jail free cards. We can use them when we're bound to get infected with the plague, and we can save them.
Okay.
So we have to go turn in our quest to Lara, which, by the way, she wants the schmouter, but so do we. our interests do not align in that way. So we are going to take it and poo-poo on her. Because we need absolutely every schmouter that we come across. Which, by the way...
Afford them all.
Yeah, which, by the way, little girls who look like this sometimes carry schmouters. But this girl ain't got shit. Ain't got shit for fuck. Where we... yeah, I gotta... So we're heading north. So let me tell you guys the roadmap here. We're heading north to Lara to turn this quest in, and then we are going back to the Canes to warn them, and then we're done.
Yeah.
That's our day one. The fuck? You're not the same girl. No way.
Kind of drunk.
Hey man, you got bandages? Oh my fucking god, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bandages. Kaboom. Hey kid, you look happy. What you got? God damn it.
He has tools for killing.
Hey, what you got? Oh, hell yeah, this kid's got morphine. Or Meridorm. We need this because we're very low on health. Okay, so 2. These are also 2. So boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. What is this? 1. Okay, so we will... Hold on.
Things just have like inherent wealth or inherent value. You just kind of trading 1-to-1 type.
Yeah. And everybody's kind of different priorities, but the trading system's kind of hard to describe verbally, but it kind of makes intrinsic sense when you play it. Where am I going? Over here. Hey, Laura.
No. A town like this can't give birth to a killer.
Well, I found it. Unfortunately, the cache has already been looted. Oh, the terror. And I found one specimen of the schmouters, and I'm going to examine it. Give it to me. Let's throw it in the fire. I'll reimburse you for this loss. No, I will keep it for myself. Somehow I feel like it may be of use later. And that's it. We've completed all the side quests. So let's take a look. It is done. Decided to keep the schmouter. Had to kill the butcher. And all we have left is this. We gotta go to the Canes and warn Reuben.
Okay.
So that is just kind of southish.
Have we actually progressed regarding for the main quest? Have we progressed anything?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So
Okay.
our main quest is Daniel Dunkovsky was is like the owner of like this lab that studies death, right? And
Correct.
he heard about this immortal guy over in this town, that's Simon Kane. He comes over here. Simon Kane is fucking dead. Well, why is Kane dead? Let's investigate. Oh, well, this guy Isidore Barak, who also sent you a letter to telling you about Kane, visited him shortly before his death. Well, obviously you want to see him. Well, too bad Isidore is also dead. Okay? Why are they dead? Isidore had the plague. So having just found out about the plague, we have to warn the doctor in town who is about to look at Simon Kane's body because we're worried the doctor will get infected by the plague if he touches the body. Does everything make sense?
Yeah. Because I was getting confused between the main quest and the side quest for a second.
Yeah, I understand. So that's the summary. So he's either in Victor or Georgie's room. I forget which.
George.
There he is. Damn, he's tall. I always forget how fucking tall he is.
Time is of the essence.
Okay, greetings, friend. I heard news of your arrival. Everyone has. Are you here to examine the body as well? My dear colleague, I do hope you haven't touched it yet. I haven't. Is there a problem? Simon's body, wherever it is, it poses a dire threat. I suspect that he's died of a contagious disease. Are you sure? Well, it doesn't matter anyway. If it's that thing again, what do you think it is? Judging from what I found so far, it could be febris typhoidea, or plague. I don't believe it. A second outbreak. Wait a second. I need to regain my senses. Are you sure about this? Do you mean what you say? I am, and I do. If it's a sand plague, Master's death was so untimely. His master being Isidore Barak. If it's a sand plague, we have only a few more days to live. You see, I have no idea how to stop it. No one does. So already familiar with the disease. I'm only making assumptions. I don't want to believe this. I'd rather have any other plague than this. Well, we have no time to waste. The body must be inspected, isolated, destroyed if necessary. We must take protective measures for that, of course. We need your diagnosis before we can provide reasonable protection. At the moment, you can only buy yellow immunity boosters at the drugstores. They're no good, but I'll try to do something about this. We need to take some remedies from Master's old workplace. Did you know he was murdered by his son? An atrocity. His son has nothing to do with this. I presume Isidore was infected by Simon and died of the same disease, or vice versa. Let's not waste any more time. You're right. Let's make haste. I'll get everything ready for the examination. Meanwhile, let's arrange for the body to be isolated. Kane is keeping it in a cold place. I'll keep you informed. If we act deliberately and with calm mind, we can prevent this epidemic. Stay strong. I won't leave you on your own.
Time is of the essence.
Okay. And then I told him I'm staying at Eva Yan's place. So, are we effectively done? Okay, we gotta inform Georgie Kane. That's easy.
Feels like a bicycle or something.
Georgie!
Will meet its death at the hand of Simon's murderer.
I have been told of your initial verdict. You assert that Simon Kane was not killed by a human or a Shabnak demon, but died of a natural cause, or succumbed to some physical sickness. Is that what you're saying? I'm going to say he died naturally. He died of a mysterious disease. Microbes are more efficient than demons. Is that a hypothesis or a fact supported by evidence? It is a proven fact. What is the proof then? Show me the body, Judge, and you will have it. The body is in the focus of the crucible. You cannot examine it now. And I mean that it is technically impossible. No one may see the body before a certain period of time passes. Neither Master Reuben, nor you, my dear Bachelor, not even myself. And what am I supposed to do then? What can I ask of you now? You've come to a conclusion already, have you not? If you haven't, then I urge you to seek out the facts as relentlessly as we do. May Providence help us if you are right. I will discuss this with your brother. I mean, Victor, obviously. Okay. All right, so we have a completed quest. We got the stars. So we are done. It is now our duty to fix our health situation. So let's look at our meters. Our health is very low. Our hunger's getting there. We're not very tired yet, because we just knocked it out of the park. How much money do we have? We have 2,100 rubles. We could probably stand to go to a shop first. I don't think we've been to any shops in this general area. But yeah, I want to hit one more grocery store up for food, I think, before calling it a day. All right. So, I'll give you a little spoiler for what'll happen next stream. Is news of the plague will spread overnight, and this might sound familiar to you. people are going to buy up all the food and the prices are going to go way up. The prices for food will go up tenfold. Everything will be 10 times more expensive than it is now.
Where have I heard this before?
Yeah.
It's like a pandemic.
Yeah, this game was made in 2005, by the way.
Yeah.
Whoever made
the
this
bandage
game,
is the equivalent of toilet paper.
whoever made this game had the Kojima level of a foresight. I think Kojima made this. Actually, he made some like prediction. Like, holy shit, Kojima! How did you know?
Yeah, he. There was a thing at the end of MGS4 where he was talking about how memetics would take over like actual real like news and information, and it would be hard to discern like facts and news and truths from things that are just like jokes or pranks or fake, you know, that sort of thing.
The memes.
So I'm trying to look for a grocery store, and I don't think they get like highlighted on the map in any meaningful way. Where are we? Oh, up here. Okay, what is this building? Oh, are you a grocer? Oh,
He's got
okay.
a treasure map.
I don't care about this. Okay, so we want these light-colored buildings, I think. But yeah, we're gonna clear out all the grocery stores basically. We've already ransacked 2 of them. I don't know exactly how many more there are. But I want to hit at least one more. Yeah, there's one up ahead. The sign's got a bull on it.
Could have been stocking up on bullets. Passed by many opportunities to buy ammunition.
So about that, kids only want very specific things to trade with, and one of them randomly carries a schmouter, and I want to make sure I pick up that schmouter, and I want to make sure that when I have the opportunity to do so, that I have the stuff I need for it. My inventory is now full, by the way. Full of food. Actually, let's 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, I don't know if I want to do that. These are tradable. Okay. Clothes. I have gloves. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I am as stocked as I possibly could be. Hey girl, you got anything to trade?
Powder?
Mm-mm. So the Schmouter girl has a very particular model. I've already shown it to you. It's like a very small girl with blonde hair.
Little baby.
Yeah. Oh, exhaustion is rising. Okay. We're going back to Eva Yan's house now.
Something is rising, but it's not shield here.
The Isekai mention of the stream.
Oh no, do I have to tip?
So what do you guys think of this game so far? We're gonna be spending some time, like some quality time with it.
Oh boy.
Needs
to get weirder, because I got pretty flippant weird in that other...
Yeah. To give you an idea of time, that demo took place on day 10.
So I figured a lot of shit is just going to be kind of inevitable. We kind of just have to react to it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you come into day 2 without having done what I did and like purchase like all the food everywhere, you're just done. That's a fucking game over. Like, because like you don't have enough money to buy food anymore, and you just like die of starvation.
Can you feel how rapid?
Okay, that's them explaining the whole the local herbs make you extra tired thing. My bad. Okay. Okay, so we need to heal. So we need drugs. So we are going to take
Morphine.
think we want
Take drugs. Cover health.
Okay, let's do morphine. Oh, okay. So morphine, power nap. Okay, that's 22.5. Oh, that did it for us. Our health is full. Okay, and we are hungry. So let us eat a delicious egg.
Hard-boiled egg.
Okay, and then past 2 more hours.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
They left the mime joke.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on day 2, and I want to show off the mime performance, and that's how we'll end the stream. Because I feel like these are a cool thing to end the streams on. So if we go to the... Oh, God. Town Hall. God, fuck. Where is it here? No. No. Oh, no. Is it the town hall? I don't think it is. Hold on, I'm a fool. I'm looking this up. Pathologic theater location. Why don't any of these places ever have it like marked on the map? Location. God damn, fuck. Wow, I'm looking at a map in German. This might not be helpful.
I'll figure it out.
Oh my fucking god. Okay. Did I say German? I meant Russian. By the way, late at night, like, thugs come out, and, we might get in a fight, but...
Shoot him with your gun. Don't miss.
I fucked this up again. Okay, around this house.
Can we this who is a victor?
I help. God.
Today, the killer was identified. Its nature turned out to be completely unexpected.
The enemy is found and named. It's called the Sand Pest. The contagious plague is threatening to ruin everything here.
How can a killer like this be punished? How can a villain like this be struck?
He can't. It's impossible. By pulling a knife on it, you'll just cut an innocent body.
I think I should go. Nothing to be done here anyway.
You should go. Go then. Wherever you please. Shoo!
Got our dance show. Blonde Chaos Rose.
Even the wisest of men may be so indifferent in ordinary matters, but they are seldom so in their most serious affairs.
And this is Mark Immortel, the last guy at the bottom of our Bond list. The theater welcomes a distinguished audience at any time. There's a performance of the Mets every evening, and the blood gets rinsed off every night. The rest of the time slots are filled with a puppet show. That's not all we have. Magic tricks, fortune-telling, dream reading. Whoever has eyes, let them see.
Yeah, at the moment.
That's a deceiving impression. The theater is small, but it holds quite a few secrets, like the mime who's currently picking the threads of your clothes, or the mask who's sewing your fate for the next few days from those threads.
What is in store for me?
Your fate isn't bound yet. It will take time, effort, and of course your direct participation. Come to see us every evening. We'll show you how you're doing, bit by bit.
I will definitely come by.
The house fathers.
At least
think
the
world
picture and the character model kind of look similar this time.
Yeah. The three heads of the dragon are facing three different directions. Three powerful families, three clans are overturned by the wind. This wind got in through the breach, torn by Simon's death. How will they cope? Will they be able to come to an agreement? The mass do not know the answer to that question.
And who does?
The mass are two, but the families are three. I suspect the extra family is just that, an extra. It's superfluous. Someone will have to let go of their power before their fellow men remember a different art of letting.
Which of the three?
You don't need me to tell you that. The answer is yours. They're so different. Which one do you prefer? You came to this town, and now there's one more piece on the board. You're not a queen, of course, but a rook at least. It's up to you.
Thanks.
And we are going to save game. That is it, friends. Day 1 of Pathologic. Any closing thoughts?
Nothing special from me. Just what I can comment is not a game. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just the lines can be too long, a bit tab.
It's a lot of walking and talking.
A lot of walking. No running.
Andrew, how do you feel about it?
You didn't get your running shoes from your mom shortly after you went out on your adventure.
Oh, jeez.
Interesting, I suppose. Like I said, I think it's going to be weirder. It's going to get better when it's weirder.
Yeah.
Granted, it's already pretty weird, but it can get even stranger.
Well,
I keep almost falling asleep.
Yeah, I'm fucking amped. We're gonna do more of this on Tuesdays and Fridays. D&D is coming back Sunday, unless plans change between now and then. But that is it. So I'll see you next Tuesday.
See ya.
Bye bye.